afternoon. Not gonna lie, thinking about it. 2 years of Genshin. That song is oddly fitting. That's the only way I can cope with 2 years sunk into a gacha game of anime waifus and husbandos. I just have to forget what is right and bury the light deep within. Welcome to the 2-year anniversary stream of the Geek Source Entertainment broadcast playing Genshin Impact. Hello, Geeko. Hello, Laughing Fox. Happy 2 years. Thank you, Jerry. Good to see you. There he is. Yeah, sorry. It's been a minute. If you can't tell, I haven't streamed in a hot minute. So like, I wanted to give myself some time to make sure I didn't miss anything, you know. And so like, I had to make sure this was all set up. And yeah, happy 2 years to be. Yep, exactly. Hence why I just bury the light deep within, drifting in the ocean all alone. 2 years of brain rot, for real. I've been here for 2 years. You have been here for fairly long, right? Like yeah, you've been here for you've been a longer time fan. Spent all that time on a waifu, and you do it again. Yeah. I think I have nerve damage. I have brain damage. If you can't tell, oh god. All right, where is only one still cannot get, yeah. All right, let me make sure that, okay, we are set. And since August 2022, just haven't been. That's so you're going on 2 years then. We gotta get you on the Fortnite brain damage train, especially with riding out. I know! That design looks so good. But yeah, so today, as you might know, first of all, again, thank you all for being here. You know who you are. Thank you for being here. And for those of you who've been here since the beginning, even those of you who are more recent, know that, you know, 2 years playing any game is a long time. It is a little bit more interesting with Genshin because, like, it's oh dear, that's actually not good. I thought you were kidding. I thought like you were just okay. Yeah, no. I hope that you can get that checked out and you're all right. But for any of you, especially for those of you who have been here since the beginning, know that without the community that I have and the people around me, there are some of you that might be here, if not now, later, that might stop in that I specifically DM'd, and I was just like, hey, I'm going to be streaming my 2-year anniversary. I'd be really honored if you could come because, you know, like, it's just, like, I would not be playing this game without some of the people that as an archer, but she said, awesome, thank you. I would not be playing this game I would not be playing this game as long as I have without the people surrounding me that I do. I have some really cool people that have been here that have, you know, seen me through both my highs and lows. So some of you have been here since the beginning. If there are any of you... Thank you very much, that was shockingly loud. Thank you, James Hetfield. Get some bitches. I should. But any of you, if there's any of you who were here back when I first started streaming Genshin, I almost quit the game entirely. And I just could not figure it out, and there was a lot of things that I didn't understand about it, and thankfully I had people in my life who were like, hey, so we can help you with that, right? And who gave me advice. Lorraine in particular, like, I remember being really down on my luck, and then of course Yai Miko is what really helped turn around. So big thanks to her. You know, the high priestess of the what is the shit, I forgot, the Inazuman whatever. My wife. Special thanks to my wife for getting me back into the game. She came back, and yeah. So, but before that, like I remember even when she was kind of coming out, like again, I was kind of like, do I want to? Grand, yes, thank you. The High Priestess of the Grand Narukami Shrine, thank you for getting me back in this game. But I remember, like, I was kind of off and on about whether or not I was going to come back and stream it, even with Guy Miko back, right? And this was back in her first rerun, so over a year ago now. And, and it was specifically Lorraine, if they don't mind me shouting them out, who kind of like gave me the moral bump to like come back, because I remember like they were, I had recently raided them, and we'd followed we'd followed each other, and we were in each other's chats. And I remember in a stream playing, I think it was Nier, talking about Genshin, and they were like, "Oh, like I think it'd be cool to see you play Genshin." And like, so that was kind of like, oh, okay, I actually have people that'd be, so I thought I'd try it out for them, and then here we are, 2 years later. So, okay. Let me know. Well, let me know when ad is up. Cheapskates. What is the Lars? The Lars? I don't know. What do you mean by that? All right. And Koala, good to see you. Good morning or afternoon. I can't remember. Yeah, it's close enough. Good morning. Good afternoon. All right. Also, I had a lot of fun putting the, oh, there we go. All right. Let me make sure that. Do I not have desktop capture on here? Happy 2 years of Genshin. Thank you. Yeah, like I said, I was just saying, like, I would not be playing it, oh. Do they know this? Oh my god. It feels like today does feel sort of special. Like, oh my god. I think so. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I also remember Lorraine was there when I pulled Yaimiko, and like they helped me they helped me like build. If it wasn't for them having an American account, like my Yaimiko would have been like stuck at level 20 for weeks, but because they had an American account, they helped me that was up to date. They helped me farm for my Yaimiko and get her leveled up. So, but yeah, so also one of the first things we want to point out, first of all, as you can see, I have a yellow Sealy. I got my Sealy. I finally have my Sealy after 2 years, a year and a half or so playing. I finally have, and we are back with my man, my first love, my first main, well, wannabe main, because I didn't get him until like a year and a half into the game, D-Luke, and he's in his classic skin, if you can't tell, because, yeah, I thought it felt nostalgic, and also, too, like, I think he looks really good with the mailed flower. I think the contrast of a lighter color scheme of the mailed flower, and then, with his dark outfit is really cool. So yeah, here we are. Like, yeah, I can't believe it. We're actually here. We're in the game after 2 years. And I don't really have a plan yet. Like, we're gonna, of course, do my dailies. What I can. How OG night and day. I know. I do have to say, I've been liking the classic skin again. Like, I don't know, in this team comp in particular, which I'll go into more, it's more of and explain how it works and everything, why I like the teams and everything. I like, because this is a Burgeon team that I'm running, right? Like, Deaglute is actually a really effective Burgeon, DPS, and Mailed Flower gives him extra EM, which is, of course, really nice. But it doesn't sacrifice his personal damage too much because it still buffs his attack. So like, you know, I can swap to Wolf's Gravestone and get about similar personal damage. But yeah. But yeah, let's go ahead and what is today? We have we're gonna navigate and we are going to farm this because one of the things I've been doing is I've been farming for my characters lately, and Zhongli is finally up next. And yeah, once we get a few more people in, I might, or at least once I get the dailies done, I'll go over like what my account looks like and everything, and like why I've made the decisions I've made in my account, who I've pulled for, why I pulled for them, you know, who I like to run them with, etc. And yeah, so but we'll go ahead and burn up my resin. In fact, Lorraine, hey! I love that emote. That's so cute. I'm glad. I'm glad. I can't run. I need to do like an exploration stream and like just get my stamina up. Also, why wasn't I using Kirara's box form? Hello, hello. I have Kirara on the team and I don't make use of her. Why can't I swap to Diluc? There we go. Yeah, we're farming for Zhongli now. And yeah, so basically, this day I've been anticipating for a while. I've been anticipating this day for a while, so like I've been farming for characters and shit. Chun-Li? Who's Chun-Li? Oh, Zhongli. Did I say it like Chun-Li? Also, this boss fight actually allows me to make effective use of Diluc's stamina passive. I know Chun-Li, I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't saying the actual name wrong. Like Zhongli, you know, Zhongli. I see, I say it more like John Lee, which is not right either. Chun-Li's Street Fighter, right? Thank you, Hypostasis, for making my life easier. Chun-Li, yeah! See how effective that is? God damn it, I can never manage to one phase it. Why can I not switch to target character? Why would it let me use my Diluc? This game hates me. There we go. Alright, one down. That's one run down. Oh, we got 3. Let's go. Hey, not a... Oh, that's an okay feather. Why am I looking at that? Alright. Sweet. Okay, so I don't know. You farm it? Yes, because Zhongli is the next character I want to farm for. Because I am finally done farming for these guys. So one of the things I've been doing recently, once January hit, I was kind of like, oh shit, my 2-year anniversary is coming up. And I my 2-year anniversary, and I wanted, I had been like, so as you can see, like, right, like if you see my list of characters, I have quite a few level 80, quite a few under level 80, and then quite a few level 1 and stuff, some of whom are like really good characters. And then Ayaka is accidentally level 10. You know what? Let's fix that today. Let's fix that today, right now. We will level Ayaka up. We are keeping the tradition alive. We level Ayaka once again. She's now level 11. It's been a running gag. That's been a running gag of this account. I accidentally pulled Ayaka. So so like it's been a running gag of people being like, well, why don't you level Ayaka? Like, so I level her, and I'll say like, hey, all right, I'm leveling Ayaka, and it's 1 level. The only reason she's level 10 is because I accidentally used a purple book doing so one time. Yeah, 80 more special streams to go. Exactly. So yeah. But let's go ahead and honestly, this is where like let's just go ahead and start like my review, right? My showcase of the account. So as you can see, a lot of characters are level 80. Talent books too. Yeah, no. That's the reason why like you'll still see characters that are like level 80, level 90 with stars next to the name, because those are the characters I still want to farm their talents for. And then of course, so you'll see all these characters that are not like that are level 80 or 90 or stuff, that are characters that I no longer am actively working on them, even if I might need to level their talents, you know. So yeah, like I think most of these characters are at least level 7, if not level 8 on their priority talents, right? So, and there's a lot of them, because my goal with my account is I play this game because I like these characters. Therefore, I want to use these characters. I want to at least have them. Like, I actually started using Yanfei the other day. I gave her Deluxe set and I ran her in the Virgin team. And it worked out fairly well. Yeah, so like that's what I want to be able to do with characters, right? Like, if I have a character and I like them, I want to use them. I want to at least have them in a place where they are comfortable to use if I give them artifacts, if I don't already have artifacts farmed for them, right? Yanfei is someone that I want to work on and get crowned, because she was one of my first mains. Her and Yaimiko was it's funny that Chevy came out recently as an overload team and incentivizes overload teams, because my first team that I ran was overload with Yaimiko and Yanfei, with me like quick swapping back and forth between them to like trigger overloads, you know. And yeah, so we'll go ahead and we'll just work our way up. Just from characters that are level 1 right now, and like I'll explain like if I pulled them intentionally or not. Razor's cool. Did not intentionally pull for him. And that's kind of like how I've been working my way through my account. See how like all these characters have stars and there's like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You might be wondering like how do you select like who you want to farm for and who you don't want to farm for? And basically because like I want to farm for the characters that I intentionally went for. Like Chevy is level 70 right now because I intentionally pulled for her, and then like her and Sarah allowed me to run like a version of Ride and Hyper Carry that I wanted to try. So like I rushed them both to get to level 70 to unlock all their passives, and then like I threw artifacts on and play tested that team. I like characters and I like what they enable, and so I want to have all of them at least in a functional state, right? And so all these characters that are level 80, I intentionally pulled for, or even if I didn't intentionally pull for them. Like, obviously, certain characters I lose my 50-50 to, right? You can never intentionally pull for. But they are characters that I want to use, right? and I specifically have ideas for. So, yeah, and so, like, that's the reason why, like, I literally have a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's literally just in order of how I pulled them. I pulled Zhongli, I won the 50-50, and then next patch, I got Charlotte, and then I won the 50-50 on Farina, and then I got Ayato, and then I pulled Navia. So yeah, like that's kind of the order. And of course, I have other characters that I want to level. Like, honestly, I want to level Barbara because she did carry me early game. Probably the biggest crime on my account is that I haven't leveled Fischl yet. I have been playing this game 2 years without using one of the most broken supports in the game. And I do want to get, and so like, she's actually got like a Golden Troop artifact set on her, and yeah, like, and I level 60 stringless. So like, the groundwork is there. Yeah. And so yeah, but like, we'll work our way up. So Razor was someone that I was like, okay having, didn't intentionally go for. He's cool. I definitely have ideas for him. I'm hoping to get a C6 Benny at some point to run Thundering Fury. Dory, wow, when did they add this character? This is a new character. I don't remember this character being added to the game. Yeah, also, he's, C2. So yeah. Dory is C4. Honestly, the greatest benefit, the best surprise of the, Risley banner was that I did not get, get C6 Dory. I was so scared to get C6 Dory. Actually, though, C6 Dory would unironically have been nice to have. Now, and looking back, is a glitch. Don't mind it. The devs are working to remove it. Okay, good. Yes. Give me 10 intertwined fates for it, please. But unironically, I do think Dory might be fun to try at some point. I may actually end up building her, but like, she will definitely be like she's last on the list, right? But like, unironically, if I had gotten C6 Dory, I've watched videos on what C6 Dory can do, and there are like thundering Fury-esque type comps that you can run. So yeah, Diona C3, another character I don't really have much intend to use for. I am sorry. I know some people here really like Diona. You can unfollow and block me now. I'm sorry, but yeah. Mika is, again, a character. This was actually a character I intentionally pulled for. And this is one of the long-standing pains of this account. C5. I have him C5. The amount of characters that I would pull get C5 and then not get their C6 despite doing like many pulls after getting them C5 infuriates me. It happened to me with Mika. It happened to me with Hazo. It happened to me with Sucrose, Beto, Yunjin, off the top of my head. Sucrose and Beto. Beto, I lucky got a lucky pull off the standard banner. And Sucrose, I finally got off of the most recent banner with, who was it? Navia? Yeah, Navia with Rosaria and Candace. So yeah, like, I would love to have a C6 Mika because I actually do love physical comps. Especially if you're a Claymore builder, I actually want to run physical Zhongli. We'll get there. Because, yeah, like, it's just I just like hitting things. And I like seeing, big damage, come from, whacking things. So Mika is a character I definitely have intention to use at some point. But yeah, he doesn't even have a proper weapon yet. He's running Dragon's Bane just because I don't have anything else to give him because other characters are running Fav. But I don't even have an artifact set farm for him. Goro is a character that I'm very, very glad that I read a discussion on because I recently learned he uses the Exile. That's his best in slot. So pro tip to longtime players and newer players, if you're like me and you're farming artifacts, keep your instructors and exile pieces. This is actually a really good support set, even if it's 4-star. And so is the instructors set. But yeah, so Goro, I'm so glad that I read that because then it meant like, oh, okay, well, I'll keep my exile pieces. And I just got this flower yesterday. I just got a proper flower yesterday. But yeah, and of course he has Favonius on him. So yeah, I do eventually want to run Ito. I plan to pull Ito. So my C2 Goro will probably be higher cons by the time Ito reruns, and yeah, I'll be using him at some point. Mona is also a character I plan to build here soon, because so I have a thing for girls in tights, so of course I'm gonna use her. But actually no, like we'll get there. I'm a Dia main, and like one of Dia's best comps is a hyper carry team with Mona. And yeah, she's on Fav right now. I recently just got a refinement rank 3 Fav. But yeah, I could C7, C8 Mona, and I would never complain because that splash art makes me feel things. And then, so here's my first account accident. So don't be like me if you value your wishes and don't pull for 4 stars unless you understand the risks, because then you will end up like me with a Ganyu that you haven't used yet, who's on a level 80 sacrificial bow and no artifacts yet, because yeah, but I pulled her on accident, pulling for the Baiju 4-star, pulling for 4 stars on the Baiju banner. I don't remember who now was on it. I know Kave was one, and I feel like Kave and Candace. That's right. If I remember correctly, Kave and Candace were on that, and I wanted them both, and so I was like, I was pulling for Kave and Candace, and yeah, I ended up winning my 50-50 on Ganyu. Pleasant surprise. I'm not complaining. This pulling for Chevy was the only time I've ever been mad about pulling for a 4-star on a limited banner that I didn't want, because I already had Raiden and Yoimiya. So I would have been like, I would have been mad if I got either of them, because like, so I did pull for Raiden because I figured like, well, if I get C1 Raiden, then down the line I'll get C2, right? But I ended up getting Chevy before pulling Raiden, and life is good. Jean, I have C1 because I lost the 50-50 to Ayato, and then that same week went to Pity on the standard banner and got her again. So yeah, she's running a Favonius. I plan to level this up. I'm going to give her Viridescent Veneer. In fact, you know what? Let's see if I can give her a set. Let me see. I can't. What the actual shit are my Viridescent pieces? Why do I have no attack pieces? Okay, so she's a work in progress. Definitely a work in progress. I need to farm Viridescent. And there's another bird mommy coming out. That is coming out soon that I want to pull for. That will also need Viridescent Veneer. So I'm going to be in the Viridescent Veneer domain very soon. But yeah, Jean is a character I'm very happy to have. Like, I just think she's fun. And like, yeah, like I was very happy to lose my my 50-50 to her, because number one, even if Farina hadn't elevated her, I would have just liked to have her because Sunfire existed and I want to try that comp. I also just like yeeting my enemies. So yeah, I foresee a lot of fun shenanigans, just throwing Hilichurls, you know? Alright, Ayaka, another mistake. Cryo mains, I am an accidental cryo main because Ayaka was my first mistake. So, as you know, this game loves to give me C5 and stopping 4 stars. So, some of you might know, I've told this story before, Shenhe was what originally attracted me to this game. You can see why by looking at her, okay? If you know me, you know why I like, do I need to explain? Do I need to explain why I like Shenhe? So Shenhe got me into the game, and because, like, I could not get away from fan art. And I just remember them, it was coinciding around the time that I started streaming again. The fan art was everywhere, and I could not say the fan art was everywhere, and then a friend told me, yeah, that's from Genshin Impact. By the way, that game is free to play. You should play it on stream, because if you need something to stream, like, I remember going to them and being like, hey, what, you know, just, they were at, they were a fellow streamer, and, like, I was just like, you know, I was only playing one game at the time, and what do I, you know, so I wanted Shenhe, but I missed her banner. Thankfully, though, I discovered Yaimiko, because Yai was live at the time. Let's do that front, please. Yai was live at the time, and well, I fell hard. I fell hard. On my YouTube channel, you can actually see I posted the video after I pulled her. The very first time I ever played Yaimiko's trial, and I fell in love. But so, as you know, the last time Shenhe re-ran, she ran with Sucrose on the banner. I got C5 Sucrose. So I was just like, okay, we're going to C6 Sucrose today. So I started after winning my 50-50. I wailed. Funny story. Deluxe skin, by the way. I have it. So we'll go ahead and we'll get it to him. Hey, Claire Margot, thank you for following the stream. Welcome in. I like Diluc. I'm a Diluc main. I bought this skin before I got him because I wailed for Shenhe after playing her event, or her story, right? And then I fell in love with her, and I was like, all right, fuck it, I want her now. I wailed, won the 50-50, had a bunch of crystals left over because I was still, like, I was really late into pity when I did it. And so then I was just like, okay, we're going to C6 Sucrose, and I started wishing on the Ayaka banner. I did not get a C6 Sucrose. Instead, I won the 50-50 on like a 40 or 50 Ayaka. So that's where that comes from. And yeah, I really need a level. Toma! I feel so bad for Toma. I recently got him C4. Toma I've had since I pulled Yaimiko. I got him when I pulled Yaimiko. He is still level 20 and unbuilt. Oh my god, is Geekin? Hey, good to see you. Hau, by the way, that reminds me. Lorraine, I love Shenhe's new skin. Hau, how do you like Ganyu's new skin? Not gonna lie, I'm gonna buy them both. Yeah. I recently got him the Kitane Cross Spear. Recently got lucky, got a billet, farmed that spear, and I plan to farm Gilded Dreams for him at one point and run Virgin. Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely swipe, definitely. Sayu is a character that I like. I think she's fun, but I have no ideas what to do with yet. So, yeah. The entire... I know! Thing is Ayato he's starred. He's followed. I will build him. In fact, I was actually... funny story. I was trying to make Dia Burgeon work last night. So, like, I actually gave him, like, an artifact set. Like, I swapped him to Emblem, and I gave him Fav to, like, just get his burst up to try to work. Because, like, Ayato is actually, like, one of the recommended Burgeon triggers, characters. And so, like, I tried to make that work. Because, honestly, the only thing that would make me pull for Nahida is if she gave me more things to try. And, Burgeon uses Flower... Well, you can use... Flower of Paradise Lost is not very resin efficient. And so, like, it's only, like, 5 or 10% better than, Gilded Dreams. Or even 2-piece. 2-piece EM is not even that much further off from, like, a full 4-piece Gilded Dreams. So, I'm not concerned. If they ever added to the Strongbox, maybe. But, like, Gilded Dreams is just more resin efficient. So, yeah. But, yeah. But yeah, so Dia, I was trying. If you're saying that, like, Dia, I was trying Dia on a 2-piece EM build to try to get her to Burgeon. And the problem that Dia has with Burgeon is her skill is too slow to proc Burgeons, and her ult is too fast. So you can't get enough Hydro and Dendro application while she's bursting to, like, pop the cores, to create cores and then pop them. I managed to get one comp work, sort of, and, like, I've basically decided I'm going for Jian Yun because Nahida, really, the only reason why I would go for her is if she enabled new things. And it doesn't seem like, even the showcases that I saw with Nahida, most people use Dia off-field for Burgeon. And, like I literally watched a showcase of Burgeon Dia where they, like, used her off-field, swapped into her for her burst, punched once, and then swapped off. just like, you know, get one extra core pop, right? And so like, yeah. And that based, by the way, based. Good luck on getting that C6 Arlecchino. Let's go. So yeah. So I'm probably gonna be pulling for Shen Yun because Shen Yun, like number one, Diluc main again. Plunging is one of Diluc's strongest things. Even if I don't have a Xiao, I have a Diluc. It'll be nice to see Diluc enter the meta again. So yeah. And I'm gonna be the only Xinyan. Oh no! Just like Navia. Well, I do have to say thank you for letting me borrow your Navia. I can't wait to build her and try her out. Farozan, again, another fucking C5 4-star. I am so mad. I'm so fucking mad that I haven't been able to get this. Like, come on, Genshin, stop it. Then gives me an ad, a marvelous platform. Oh yeah, that does it to me all the time, especially if I'm on mobile. Yeah. Again, C5 Yunjin. I do have her. But like the only reason why, too, by the way, Farozan doesn't even have a set yet is because like if I can get her C6, that changes how you build her. Literally. Like that's the thing that pisses me off the most is I don't want to invest into a Farozan that I'm this close to having C6. I don't want to invest her in one way, just then have to swap her build out once I get her C6. So Farozan I will use because I do like Hazo. But yeah. Yunjin I do have a build. And yeah. I have energy recharge, Def Goblet, Def Circlet, HP, attack. Actually, I think she can use that. And level 1 Fav. I have her ready to go. I just throw VV on her and called it a day. Yeah, she's a good okay holder of VV, but the thing is she would be supporting in my comps. I don't have an Animo DPS right now outside of Hazo, and Hazo runs 4-piece VV. So yeah, I want C6 Farozan. C6 Farozan can run Tenacity of the Millilith. So yeah. That's what I'd probably end up giving her. And then we have Chi-Chi. I'm like one of the only people that doesn't hate Chi-Chi. I have a plan. I have Ocean Hued Clam ready to go for her. I just need to level it. She is C1. And yeah, I gave her this weapon because I don't know what else to give her. And I don't know who else to give this weapon to because it's ugly as shit. And so I gave it to the meme character of this game. Noblesse works too. Yeah, Noblesse works too. But again, most likely I'd be running Hazel with Bennett as well. So yeah. But I actually, here's the thing. I ran Chi-Chi at level 20 with like just like an emblem set or something, right? I ran her in the Abyss on an Alhaitham Hyperfridge team, and it worked. Her healing at level 20 in that Abyss was enough to keep my Alhaitham alive until I got to floor 12. I unironically ran 2 Hyper Bloom teams. It was hilarious. I think Hoyle will humble me one of these days. Well, fingers crossed that day does not come soon. Because I live vicariously through you. Amber has right now she's on the string list, but I plan to give her Fav or maybe even sacrificial. I do plan to build this character. Oh shit. I do plan to build. I plan to build. I do plan to build Amber. I'm just gonna give her Emblem and run her in like Melt. Run her as a burst bot. Just stack as much ER as I can. I do have her C0. Okay, so I want to get her C2 because I do like this mechanic of like shooting her bunny makes it explode. I wish that was part of her base kit. It would make her a lot more fun, I think. Hey! This is true. So yeah, and then of course Kale is someone that I don't know why I leveled this weapon up. There are more weapons that needed it. I'm not using Kale right now. She's still level 40, but for whatever reason, after I crafted this weapon and gave it to her, I fucking leveled it. And then I have like a copium like set to give. Those are loud. Okay, let me turn him down. What did it, like 60 wishes in standard and pulled the other day? Ooh, what you get? Oh wait, no, that's not. Took like over 6. Yeah, I know. That's the reason why like 4 stars are a pain, and I wish we had a guarantee, because like 4 stars are like, I wish we got guarantees. Skyward Blade. Oh, I'm sorry. Unless you have a character that can really make use of that, I'm sorry. Also, it's not Streamlabs that uses that. Where is his better stats? Oh, that is true. That is true. It is his best in slot. I know if you want to get technically, the one weapon, Aquila Favonia, is his best in slot. But I think it's bullshit that... Why? Why would you run a weapon on a character that has a dead fucking stat? You know? Like, yeah. ER is more useful for him. I can't, I can't imagine the buffing between 2 5-star swords is that much less on Sky. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Like, I've literally watched people that use Aquila Favonia Bennett's that have 200 plus ER still struggle to get, still struggle to get his burst up. And it's just like, if you were running an ER weapon, you would not have this problem, Like, sure, you would lose, like, probably like 1,000 extra damage on your DPS. But, like, hello, like, what does the alerts use? Ooh, nice! I recently got C2 Kaya, too. I've ever seen you talk game stats, and it's for Genshin. Oh, yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing that keeps me to this game. I know a lot of people treat this game as, like, anime waifu lottery, right? I unironically love the game, and I hate that it's gacha because of the fact that it triggers my nerd brain into overdrive. And like, when I'm bored at work, I will literally be theory crafting. Oh, if I do this with this character and I give them this weapon and this artifact set, I could enable this character, maybe do this, and I could run them in this team comp together. Yeah, I was hoping for Dia, not gonna lie. Oh yeah, me too. I love this game. I love being a nerd for this game. What the Trigger Fire. That's right. I could probably just... No, I use Trigger Fire. So I can turn that one down a bit. The Zoomers yearn for the RPGs. Yeah. Mega Bonk. Volume is... Wow! Okay, never mind. I'm just gonna turn down Trigger Fire on OBS because it's already like under 50% on Trigger Fire. It's -5 on OBS. Okay, we'll do negative. We'll do -15. And then, let's see. How's that? Oh, that's a lot more comfortable on the ears for me, for sure. But then it's like, do I want it to be comfortable on the ears? But yeah, okay. So yeah, Kale is definitely someone, again, I want to build. Like, I know she's not meta, but, like, she's cute, she's adorable, she has a wonderful backstory. And unironically, like, she works in Aggravate. From the Aggravate comps I've tried, definitely much more powerful, good. And again, my greatest crime is that I don't use Fischl on this account. This is probably my account's greatest sin, is that Fischl is not used right now. I have a set for her. I even have an on-set electro damage goblet with this set. I don't have another crit circlet, so the elemental mastery is kind of copium, but if it rolls well, we'll be fine. Especially because I'll be using her in Aggravate a lot. Barbara, again, is someone that, oh my god, these fucking mushrooms are the worst. I would have had her leveled up higher if it wasn't for these godforsaken mushrooms. But I do have a build for her. I have the prototype Amber ready, and I have a set ready for her all ready to go. Yeah, so I will level her again, and I will use her again. Unironically, the only reason why I don't like using her You can buy for 5 from an NPC in the forest. I might have to remember to do that. The only reason the only reason too why I got disincentivized to use her is because I pulled Kokomi, and Kokomi doesn't apply wet to every fucking character in your team. That is goddamn annoying at times. But still, Barbara kept me alive, carried me. Her and Layla carried me early game a lot. I would not have made it through Signora without them. Yeah, thank you. Someone caught that finally. Chevrolet America. What the fuck is a kilometer? The character. I have level 70 just to unlock her passives to try this. Can I talk about the fact that we finally fucking have a banner that gives you a full team? Like, this team works. I fell in love with this team. I only have her C02. I only have C0 Chevy. Because she is just so good at C0, I don't feel the need to pull any more characters. I got her C0 one day. I was like, all right, done. You know, like, she's just so good. Like, again, see, if you had told me back last year when they were releasing characters like Dia, Farozan, Candace, and shit like that, Mika, characters that were like jank, required C6 to be like, to see their full potential, that they would release a character that in her niche could replace a C2 Kazuha, I would have laughed in your face. They did it. Chevy, that's Chevy in a Raiden hyper carry team. She can replace Kazuha. Like, wow. Good job, Hoyo. Like, thank you. Yeah. I have her on Black Tassel because I want to get Rifle Reward, but I don't have a billet for it yet. And of course, I just have her on 2-piece HP to maximize her HP. I might trade this out for 2-piece HP, 2-piece healing bonus if I can meet her HP requirements without a second 2-piece build. But like, yeah. And like, again, it just comes down to artifact. Yeah, again, it just comes down to it comes down to resin efficiency. I would put Songs of Day Past on her, or even Noblesse, if it wasn't for the fact that, like, commonly most of the teams I'm going to be running with her, I'm going to be running her with Bennett more than likely a lot of times, who's going to be using Noblesse, right? And so, like, and I would put Songs of Days Past on her, but again, that's like in such a resin inefficient domain to farm, because again, Navia can use the other set, right? But she makes such good use of other two-piece sets that I just don't see the justification when I already have potential two-piece options. I just don't see why I should use up my resin there. But I will probably eventually get to them at some point, maybe. But, like, it's just not a resin priority. Right, yeah. Sarah, level 70. I typically have her on Fab, but she's on stringless because other characters I have on Fab for the sake of, yeah. And then, of course, yeah, I would put her on Emblem. I gave her an Emblem set when I was trying out the Raiden Hypercarry team. She's very fun. Again, level just 70 to unlock all of her passives. She's C4, which while not as good as a C6, Sarah is still like better than C0. C2 is actually a good comfortable point for Sarah from what I understand. Yeah. So, but now we're going to get into the characters that I actually use and use fairly regularly. Starting with Oppa herself, Xiangling, aka the most overpowered broken character in this game, and you guys are going to hate me when you see what I have on her, because I have her with Fab, level 80. I have a lot of energy recharge on her. Yeah, so like, because she is so broken of a character, she gets the majority of like my copium pieces, right? Yeah. She gets the majority of my copium pieces. Just because I don't feel the need, given the fact that, like, even on this build, I see consistent 20 to 25k damage with Bennett off her burst. Now that I have her C6, it's like, We get it, girl. You can do a lot of damage. I don't, I don't need you to, like, I just, I, yeah, yeah. So she's on Fav. I do intend to level that to 90. That's also an R4. Yeah. But yeah, I will eventually get, I will get, like, her level 90, and I will eventually improve her build once I go back to farming Emblem. She's definitely one of the characters that I want to improve. Bennett, on a healing bonus, or on a healing focused, set for, Noblesse, because I know some people like to run damage dealing Bennett. I don't see the need in it. I think I get more out of him as a healer, and there have definitely been points where I'm glad I run him HP instead of running DPS or damage dealing, because obviously it's not like a DPS, but because, yeah. And of course, Sapwood Blade, I actually really like how this weapon looks on him. So, like, I really like that this weapon is his 4-star best in slot now. I have him C3, and I'm very happy that I have him C3, because that means I can get him C5 by the end of this year. Yeah. So, yeah, and he's of course, again, just like Zhongli, like, broken. And I use him, like, with a lot of my Pyro DPSs. And I want to get him to C6, because I don't really use him with the characters that would, use him C5. And the characters that I do use that would use him have suitable substitutes now at this point. Like, Ayaka has Shenhe, for example. And, Eula has Mika, Yunjin, and, Superconduct, and, like, yeah. So he's not as necessary nowadays. Jin Yan is someone I intentionally pulled for. I love her. I hate the fact that she's benched. She's 45 over 145. Not my worst build. She's got the Black Cliff Slasher that I intentionally bought from the shop for her. And she's on a 2-piece Bloodstained Chivalry. I want to get this to a 2-piece physical. I want to get her on 2-piece. But the problem is yeah, I don't, yeah, I need to get pieces leveled. Like, not even this feather is fully leveled yet. And it's sort of copium. But I need to get her on another 2-piece. And yeah, but I love this character so much. She's actually, I need to get her talents up, though. Benny's talents are, at least, like, the relevant ones are 8. Like, his burst is 8. Same with, oh, dear God. Okay, Xiangling is, I need to get her talents up. Let's not look at her talents. She's, so, yeah. Yeah, she's, if there's gonna be characters that I want to pull a weapon for, it would be Jin Yan, because I would pull Ito's weapon for her, which would fix her split scaling. Yeah, so, but Jin Yan is a character I love. I love her so much. Again, I just love hitting things. I'm a metalhead. And so, of course, like, and I'm a Claymore lover. So, like, her being a rockstar Claymore user is just like, wow, they made a character for me. I love her. I unintentionally pulled her off of Last Lantern, right? No regrets. And I just got her C1 recently off of the Raiden banner, right? That's live right now. So yeah, I love this character. I need to get her built, so, and finish her build, so that way she's no longer benched. Because I would use her more. Yanfei, level 80, again, she was one of the characters that carried me early game. She is on a level 20 Sacrificial Fragments. I want to get this leveled up because I really like the skill cooldown reduction mechanic with the way she just drops an anvil on people. It's a really fun mechanic. I know it's not the best in slot, but, you know, I gave her Deluxe build the other day, and, like, she was still, for the fact that, like, she's only level 4 and level 3 talents, like, she was hitting pretty decent numbers. So, you know, like, yeah. She's definitely someone that I want to give more attention to. I love her, and she's very fun to use. And yeah, she's one of those characters I want to come back to. There's a lot of characters. One of the things that reevaluating my account has done is it's just made me realize I have a lot of characters that I've neglected that I want to come back to. So I will definitely be making an effort this year to farm for these characters that I loved early on and just neglected, like Jin Yan, like Jin Yan, like Yanfei. Candace is someone who I gave a unique build to. I gave her the Deathmatch crit rate weapon, level 90. And I gave her two-piece HP. HP Sands because I wanted to give her an attack Sands, but the problem is I wanted to run her split DPS, split support, which is the reason why, like, I needed a lot of ER on her stats. And so, like, the only other attack Sands I had that would allow me to run a two-piece HP build just... Yeah, it doesn't have ER. So I would be losing, if I swap her Sands, I'd be losing like 20 to 30% ER, right? But as it stands on this build, 67 over 145 with 161 energy recharge. I can, in a double Hydro comp, run her comfortably with another user, and as long as someone else is on Fav, I have no problems with their burst uptime. And we'll get to one of my favorite teams there. Lisa is someone that I definitely want to make use of. I want to get, she's on Fav right now, but I actually want to get the Inazuman Catalyst for her, because that gives ER and is a good support weapon. Like, it buffs elemental damage after to your whole team after triggering a electro reaction. And so, of course, like, yeah, the intent is going to be to give her that weapon, stack ER, and then, like, just use her for a burst bot. And I love her. She, of course, because why wouldn't I love her? She's the OG mommy of the game. So, yep. And, of course, yeah, I have her skin, because of course I do. Yep. And then Beto is someone that I love. I recently started reusing her. I just got this weapon for her. This weapon is badass looking on her. Again, helps me, given the fact that it both buffs skill damage, which, you know, and gives energy, means that I can use it in place of Fav while still do a little bit more extra damage on the parts of her kit that I want to see damage from. So I definitely want to give her an emblem build, run her as support, run her DPS. Kaya, I am so sorry. Dish and other Kaya mains, I pray you never see this stream, because this hurts. I have him on this weapon because I don't really have another usable character that can use this. And I think it looks really good on him, especially with this skin. No shit, really? No, don't! But yeah, I love this weapon on him, especially with this skin. I need to get this weapon leveled up. I plan to give him Blizzard, but I also really like him on Instructor in a Melt team as an Instructor support. And yeah, and I give him Fav, and like I use him with like Rosaria, Dia, Melt, and he works fairly well. But I do eventually want to give him, like, I want to run him as like a full, hence why I have a crit rate Instructor's cap, because yeah, I give him Fav, he needs the crit rate for it. I want to give him a full 4-piece Blizzard and run him in Freeze, of course. Yeah, and of course, again, I give him this weapon just because it looks good on him. I play Fashion Impact with this game a lot of the time, because unless I'm playing in the Abyss, you know, you can kind of get away with that. When I'm bored, I pretend and review my account. Yeah, that's me. This is, actually, I should have said it at the start, this is going to be a YouTube video, so say hi, YouTube. Yeah, Layla, again, one of my OG 4 stars. I love this girl so much. She was my rock along with Barbara as one of my supports. I plan to triple crown her. She's going to be the next character that I triple crown, right? She's on Tenacity. I do have improvements I want to make. I have an HP Sans circlet that I want to give her. Like this right here. I could give her this circlet or another circlet that has crit rate and level it up and not lose a whole lot of crit rate. She overcaps when running Fav. She's overcapped on crit rate right now. If you're using Fav, you only need about 30% crit rate according to the mathematicians on this game. And so, like, yeah, I could comfortably give her a different circlet, and as long as I have a few crit rate rolls on that circlet, I could improve her HP. It also helped to level 90 her, so that's going to be what I'm going to be doing next. Yeah, basically my game plan with my account was get everyone to level 80 and then start working my way through characters that I want to get to level 90 that I really use a lot. Because I want to get everyone to a functional place, but like if I'm not going to be using them all the fucking time, I don't see the reason to waste resources into level 90 in them, right? Just because it's so much. Yeah, Layla is definitely someone that I love and use, and it would be worth the sacrifice. Same with this girl, best girl, recently C6'd. Sucrose is on a support build, of course, sacrificial fragments, her best in slot, 4-piece viridescent veneer, all triple EM, C6. You know, I love this girl. I am very happy to finally have her C6. I've been loving her in Aggravate right now. And yeah, she is one of the best supports in the game. I want to use her more. I want to figure out where I can use her more, and that's another reason why I want to get some other characters leveled up, because yeah, like she's just so fucking good at what she does. I don't feel the need to pull Kazuha because she's that good. And it was really funny because I was in a comment section on YouTube because I hate myself, and someone was talking about like a hypercarry team, and someone asked like, well, can I use Sucrose in place of Kazuha? I don't have Kazuha. And they were like, Sucrose wouldn't be doing anything for you there because she doesn't provide grouping, which is sort of true. Her grouping isn't as good. But, you know, you don't get the elemental damage bonus from her like you do Kazuha. And it's like, okay, but if you're running a reaction-based hypercarry team, what you do get is elemental mastery. That is not irrelevant. And also, by the way, if you have her C6, all party members gain a 20% elemental damage bonus corresponding to the absorbed element. So if you have a C6, you do get an elemental damage bonus. I just love seeing people who clearly don't understand this game. Like, that is the most aggravating thing about playing this game outside of Oilverse being just stingy fucks, is watching people who clearly don't know shit about the characters they're talking about yap. You know, like, she's still good if you don't want to pull Kazuha. Yeah, like, I would still pull Kazuha at some point because he's broken, and it would be very nice to have if I ever want to run, like, 2 Anemo supports on different sides, but I don't feel the need to, right? Just because Sucrose is so good, and she has benefits. She, unironically, in some cases, is better than Kazuha because of the elemental mastery buffing, and because of the fact that she can run Thrilling Tales. I use her in mono element teams, and I give her Thrilling Tales. Yeah, oh, I know, right? I give her Thrilling Tales, and she can also run Fav Codex and stuff. Granted, you want to run Kazuha with Fav if you don't have if you don't have what is it? I guess if you have his 5-star weapon, you can. But if you don't have, what is the other 4-star elemental mastery sword that like also gives energy back in the passive? I can't remember what it's called, but that's a gacha only sword. So like unless you have one of those weapons, it's unironically better to just go Fav on Kazuha, because just from a mathematical point of view, because no, not the signature, but the other weapon that is like close to his signature. It's like an EM sword, but like it gives energy in the passive. I can't remember what it's called. It's a weapon. It's a weapon banner only. No, Iron Sting doesn't give. Zypho's Moonlight. Yeah. That is his best in slot 4-star weapon. Otherwise, use Fav. Unironically, use Fav on Kazuha because, like, mathematically, it's better if you use Fav than it is to use an ER Sans with Iron Sting. Yeah, like, and if you want proof, just Google Sevi plays Kazuha best weapon. She has a video on it. Obviously, this was before Zypho's Moonlight, so if you have Zypho's Moonlight, run Zypho's Moonlight. But otherwise, use Fav. Basically, like, it's just a rule of thumb with this game. If in doubt, just use Fav. Now, everyone has R5 Freedom Sworn? No. What? Yeah, Sevi's so good. Heizo is a character that I love. I love this character so much. He's probably the only Anemo DPS that I will have for a very long time because they keep fucking Xiao on me. and putting him with characters that I want more. So he's level 80. I have him on a 4-piece Viridescent that I need to level up. And he has the Wid Sith. This weapon took me so fucking long to get. I have like R5 or R6, the flute, a weapon I don't have any idea who to give. And then if Farazan reruns with Xiao, I will pull on Xiao's banner. But otherwise, I love Hazo. As you'll see when we get to one of the other 5 stars. Ayato he can. But again, I play Fashion Impact, so Ayato has this weapon because it just looks good on him. And also, it's the weapon I gave to Ayaka, and I thought it'd be cute if they had matching weapons. So there's that. But yeah, it's just like, I would probably actually give the flute to Chi-Chi for the attack percent. If I wanted to actually make her, give her something that's not like a meme weapon, right? But otherwise, it's just like, it's not a weapon that I need. Like, I don't need that weapon R5, right? Matt, yeah, exactly. And then we have Ning Wong, again, a character. I don't really have another weapon. I might get Flowing Purity for her, but I like this weapon. I do have her skin, by the way. I bought it to like have an excuse to have crystals, extra crystals to go put towards Raiden Shogun when Raiden reran last time. I have her on a potential two-piece. I need to get these artifacts leveled up because I want to use my Ning Wong. I think she's very fun. Same with Noelle. Noelle I struggle with because she's not even on her proper build yet. Where's Husk? Okay, here's a problem. Here's the problem. She actually has a fairly higher cost burst, from what I understand. Yeah. So you want a decent amount of energy recharge on her. And the problem is obviously if I'm running a def percent sword like the White Blind, an ER Sands would be nice. I don't have an ER Sands. But I mean, I'll try to roll, I'll roll a full, I'll run a full, also, is this geo damage? No, this is, that might actually be okay. As you can see, part of the reason why I'm doing this is to, actually go through and, yeah. So, right. 150% on an ER Sands, bingo, right there. I don't need to worry about our ER, right? I'm just trying to see which one is... Ooh. So, yeah, I gotta prioritize her substats to ER, which frustrates me. So we'll go ahead and we'll give her that. Why do I keep doing this? Okay, now we can, and, I only have, 2 or 3 okay-ish def percent sands, right? I just feel bad looking at some of these pieces. So I guess I'll give her that one. Why do I keep doing this? And, okay, so here's the thing. I only have 3 fucking feathers. I only have 3 fucking feathers. true. That is true. Especially with him on exile. So I might end up doing that. But yeah, it's just laughable that I only have 3 fucking feathers for Husk. She'll be okay with like 120. Okay, so that's good to know. But yeah, Noelle is someone that I'm actually very happy got better with I guess, and like, too, I guess, like, if I really need the extra ER, right, I can always give her Fav, right? Like, Fav actually is, like, her signature weapon. It's in her splash. So, like, you know, and she's a wannabe Favonius Knight. So, like, yeah. But, like, I'm so glad Farina elevated her, because, unironically, I love this character, but I don't have C6. So, like, I will need, if I want to run if I want to run my Noelle the way I want to run her, I need like a lot of fucking buffing. Yeah. So, and then next up is Yoimiya, best girl. So, story behind her. When I came back to the game, it's so ass without a decent team. The Corrosion Wolves are annoying. See, yeah, that is actually really nice. I just ran Hyper Bloom, if I remember correctly, when I was farming that. I just ran, like, fucking Hyper Bloom with, Kokomi and Kuki. So I had double healing. We were good. Yeah, so I love this girl. Best girl, Yoimiya. I fucking love this girl. Her story is great. I need to play her story quest, her new one. She is one of the ones that I actually have an R5 gotcha weapon for. I got lucky in that I could give her an R5, like an R5 version of her best in slot. She's on a two-piece build because I do not like the energy recharge mechanic of 4-piece Shimenawa, and the damage that I get from two-piece builds are fairly close. And I have enough people tell me that are smarter than me, that run the math, that say her burst actually contributes enough damage to the team to make it worth using. So, and I like using her burst, especially because I like to run her with Dia, who also has a DPS burst. And so, yeah, like, I have her on a two-piece each build. It's very copium. I need to get her some better pieces. But, in fact, I actually want to run her with 2-piece attack, 2-piece normal charge attack damage with the new Marashese Hunter. And just to, like, yeah, buff more parts of her kit, right? Because she benefits a lot from normal and charge attack damage. But yeah, I love this girl. And when I came back to the game for Yoimiya, or for Yaimiko, it was like on the last few days of her banner. And I love this girl. I love her playstyle. I love her personality. Yeah, she is someone I've spent money for, and no regrets. Yalad is another character that I spent money for. Again, I love her playstyle. I love her personalities. And yeah, spent money for her, no regrets. She's, of course, on the standard 4-piece emblem. She has a better build, 60 over 106. Not the greatest, but has a kind of low-end amount of HP. I need to get her to 90. But, like, really? Is that with an HP Sans? Wow. But, yeah, the nice thing is, she's on a full 5-piece emblem. Very few characters I have can do that. Because she has an onset goblet. So, like, I like that a lot. And, yeah, I love this character. Love her, using her a lot. I need to get her to level 90. She's one of the priorities, to get to level 90 when I can. Because, yeah, HP scaling characters make good use of being level 90. And of course in double HP, the HP goes up. I think I get her to like 26 or 27k HP. It's still low, but like, yeah, some of that will be helped by getting her to level 90, right? Then there's Geek, me, the Traveler. I run him on Sacrificial Sword and 4-piece Instructor. Again, I really wish someone had told me about Instructor and then how worth it is to save your Instructor pieces, because that's what I've been doing passively while farming bosses, is I've been saving the Instructor and Exile pieces right now I have and this is, again, like, even though I've been playing this game for 2 fucking years, I still feel like I'm playing catch up because of shit like that, right? He is on a Dendro Damage Goblet. Attack percent circlet because I'm not using them on Fav. But like I want to have like 2 to 3 full instructor sets because Xing Cho is another character in certain teams that I like to run on instructors as well, and also Kaya. So I'd like to ideally run all of them on instructors at one time if I can and not have to worry about swapping around between builds. Because this game doesn't have fucking proper loadouts. It's not getting proper loadouts anytime soon. And yeah, so like I like to, it's just easier to not share builds. If we had proper loadouts, I wouldn't be like as incentivized to go for running many different of the same sets. But, you know, it's fine. Yeah. But yeah, I need to get him level 80. I can ascend him. And I need to get him to level 90 because, again, Elemental Mastery, you know, and he's also the Traveler. Like, you know, he deserves it. And, of course, most of these characters we're not looking at talents because I have them criminally underleveled. I think Yalan might be someone who, yeah, like, I have the relevant talent, level 8. Yeah. Tignari is another character. I actually am really happy that this weapon exists because it's a good weapon for him. But yeah, the problem with it is I need another EM. I actually no. I want to get him on. I don't want to run him on Gilded. He's running. He's holding some placeholder pieces for my Al Haytham. Although not anymore. I have some really good luck. I have like 2 on-set Dendro pieces with crit substats. 3, but 2 with crit substats on Gilded Dreams. So like yeah, Tignari is a character that I don't use too often because number 1, he's C2 and he was C2 before I ever got 1 Diluc. So go fuck yourself, you fox-eared bitch. And yeah, so, but I have a plan for him. Like, I plan to put him on actually 4-piece Wanderers. Hence why, I have him on a weapon that gives more elemental mastery with charge attacks. Because I want to actually use him as he's intended to be used. Charge attack spread, you know? Now we get to one of the characters that I intentionally pulled for and fell in love with before they ever reran. And I waited about a year, close to a year for them. Shenhe. She's using Prototype Star Glitter because I think this weapon actually looks better on her than Fav does. You know, so yeah. And it's also just one of the, it's like, you know, a character I can make use of. And also, this weapon allows me to actually hit her energy recharge requirements. I don't want to be playing RNG with Fav procs, even with fucking R5. Fav, I still run into the points where it's like, I need a Fav proc, and it's not procking, right? Because of just the way the cooldown works. And yeah, so I just hit her ER requirements without this, especially with this Sands. This Sands was cracked for me because it allowed me to actually hit her ER requirements and actually still run triple attack. If you cannot hit her ER requirements, you may want to consider using an ER Sands. Yeah, so she's one of the characters you don't want to pull her signature weapon, unless you are ready to really heavily invest, because, yeah, like, her weapon is not great. It does not benefit her kit where it needs it. Yeah, so, and fun fact, my Shenhe is a top 10% Shenhe according to Akasha. You know, so, yeah, she's running 4-piece Noblesse. Attack. It's great. I love her. And yeah, I love using this character a lot for the view. I mean, what? Level 90, Kuki Shinobi. She was one of the first characters I leveled 90. Because she benefits from it a lot. I have 935 EM. I really want to get her on a full 4-piece. Really want to get her on a full 4-piece Gilded Dreams, because the Gilded Dreams, as you can see, like the buff, the EM buff, if all your party members are different, would get me to over 1,000 EM with someone on instructors. it would allow me to run Hyper Fridge because I like using a Dendro unit, Kuki, Hydro unit, and Layla for freeze. In that comp works very nice, and Kuki is like it would with an instructor buff and a full 4-piece Gilded Dreams, I would hit over 1,000, well over 1,000 EM without needing to like aggressively farm every single piece to maximize EM. So yeah, she's in a good place, like, so I don't feel like it's necessary for me to, because yeah, like if I really want some extra EM, I mean 935 is still really good, so like yeah. And she's running Dark Iron Sword, and again, this is the reason why the weapon banner is a fucking scam. This is a 3-star sword that you can get from Leeway by talking to a vendor. And it's like, it works. It gives her EM, what she needs. It has an okay passive, but she really just needs the EM. And like, I hit her max, like, I hit near the ceiling of Hyper Bloom damage with this weapon. In the right comp. You know? So, like, you don't need to pull for characters to, like, you don't need to pull a character's best in slot to make them work, you know? Yeah. And Rosaria, level 90. I just recently level 90'd her this month. She was one of my first 4-star mains. I love this character. And, yeah. This was a mistake. Do not R5 this weapon. The passive is worthless. What are your thoughts on water? What's water? I like R3'd or R4'd this weapon before I knew what I was doing. In retrospect, I would have watered these nuts. If I didn't want to go through the hassle of remodding you and more, and the hassle that it would be to like deal with the, I would ban you. Welcome in. But yeah, so, but fashion impact though, this weapon just, it looks like her signature, right? Like it looks great on her. It's funny because like one of her cons and like her build in the trials, like they wanted her to be a physical DPS. The thing I love about Rosaria though is I have 4 different builds I have for her that I either have or want to do, right? Like if I swap her flower with cookies, bam. 2-piece cryo, 2-piece EM, and if I swap her weapon, bam. I have an okay build for Melt Rosaria. And then I recently bought this spear. If I want to run full 4-piece, if I want to run full 4-piece Blizzard and just care only about freeze, she gets over 200% crit damage. And again, like that crit rate looks low, but actually she's one of the best built characters. Like she has solid amount of ER. That crit rate is low, but with the 40% from cryo from Blizzard and the 15% from the 15% from cryo resonance, she gets to that 75% crit rate, or yeah, 75% crit rate. Yeah, so I need to finish leveling this weapon. And yeah, but then like the thing that I like to do, my favorite team that I like to run her in is I like to run this weapon. I pulled Shenhe for my Rosaria, for Freeze Rosaria. I run this with Shenhe on this weapon with Kuki on Tenacity and Xingqiu for a split build. I have seen 25 to 30k normal attacks and burst damage with that team as a split because she runs Blizzard Strayer with a cryo damage goblet, Not a bad cryo damage goblet, by the way. And so she gets 61% cryo damage bonus and 69% physical damage bonus. Heh, nice. So she can run with those damage bonus. I can run her split build on a full 4-piece Blizzard Strayer. Yeah, but I do want to build like a full 2-piece physical, 2-piece attack and run her like full like physical DPS, right? Like I would love to do that. Run her with Mika, run her with Raiden, Yunjin, and yeah, like she would be very fun. I want to try that at some point, but I would need to farm more artifacts for that. But like, and yeah, that's the reason why like I love Rosaria. She's so flexible. That's one of my favorite things that I love to do with characters is characters I love. I just slap different builds on them, right? I just love trying them in different comps. But I love running Melt Rosaria with Dia. Dia was the character I pulled for. I intentionally pulled for her. I did not lose my 50-50. I pulled for her because I love her. I don't care that she's the worst 5-star in the game. Yeah, like I pulled her and I don't care if she's bad. I have the most amount of fun with her that I have with almost any other character. I run her on Serpent Spine because, again, fashion impact. And if you're running her off-field as an off-field support, she doesn't actually lose the stacks on Serpent Spine until she takes the field again if her skill is active. So, like, as long as you time things right, you can actually maintain her Serpent Spine stacks and use her as her intended tank role. She's one of those characters that I intentionally wasted my resin on her domain for, and I got an okay build on. 61% over 152 while maintaining over nearly 40k HP. She's on a split... she's on a split build, right? Like, I have her with a lot of HP, but with crit and damage bonus goblet. This is one of my best sands, by the way. Yeah, it's 32.6. So yeah, it's a 39.8 crit value sands. It is one of my best pieces. Yeah, and it goes on Dia because I love her. Hu Tao Main's crying in the corner right now. And then I got this pyro damage. Again, this looks copium, but again, all of this extra HP actually works for her because, again, split build, I use her as both a tank and damage dealer when her burst is ready. Like, I don't care at all about her energy recharge, as you can tell. So, like, I just use her burst when it's ready and then, and melt or react off of it when it's available. But, like, for the most part, I just use her as a skill bot that can deal damage. Yeah, only the best for Dia, exactly. So yeah, like, here's the thing. I coped for a while on Emblem Dia, right? But the thing that made me go, I should maybe reevaluate is I pulled this girl. I pulled Yoimiya. And what of you guys, some of you who play this game might know, Yoimiya has a burst that doesn't benefit her, but benefits her teammates. Dia has a burst that doesn't benefit her teammates, but benefits her. It allows her to be on field, right? She's mainly an off-field character with an on-field burst. Yoimiya is an on-field character with an off-field burst. So when I pulled Yoimiya, my first thing I did was I ran them together, right? But the problem I ran into was Emblem Dia on an attack sans. You kind of didn't get a whole lot of tanking from her. And so, like, my Yoimiya was getting interrupted a lot. So, I gave her my Layla's HP Tenacity build, and suddenly, Dia was a lot more comfy. And then I realized, I kind of like HP tank Dia. But I do like doing damage with her burst. So, there's an artifact set out there that buffs her tanking abilities while giving her a little bit of extra damage based on the damage she takes from tanking. There you go. And again, this weapon, it frustrates me that it's not, that the passive isn't more synergistic with her kit, but it works well enough. Like, honestly, like, I've tested the damage even without stacks, and I get, if I'm reacting, I get okay damage for a Dia, right? Like, I've come to accept that Dia is just, she's not getting buffed, she's never going to be the best damage dealer, but if she is dishing damage, there is a ceiling that she can hit, and I get close enough to that ceiling, even without stacks, that it's not worth, this is an okay weapon. It also, again, Fashion Impact just looks the best on her out of any weapon in the game, right? Like, this looks like Dia's weapon. It matches her aesthetic. The serpent spine, like, if you're gonna look at what else screams desert mercenary than a weapon made out of bone, you know? Like, yeah. And then my first love, my queen, my one and only, Yai Miko, level 90, running an R4 Surler Pearl. This will be R5, not next month, but the following month, because this is an R3 Serpent Spine. I buy both of these weapons off the Battle Pass and refine them every month, like I swap. And then Dia, and within the next 2 months, both Dia and, 2 to 3 months, I should say, Dia and Yai Miko will have R5 weapons. And yeah, so Yai Miko is one of my proudest builds because 63 over 179, there is room for improvement, right? They're both my main girls. They just don't know about each other. But like, this is again, like, just, I can't stress to new players enough. Don't stress about artifact builds. You will go on YouTube and you will see shorts and videos of people having like the crackest of cracked builds, right? Like, you know, 250% crit damage and 70 to 80% crit rate and stuff like that. That takes time, right? The nice thing I have about Dia that made me so happy was the fact that I've done damage tests and I've hit acceptable and good damage for a Dia. Keeping in mind that, you know, her damage ceiling is not as high. And I've gotten my damage up with showcase level Dias on this build. 61 over 152. Could my crit rate be higher? Yes. Could the crit damage be higher? Yes. But it still does what I want it to do after only 3 weeks of farming. That's something that one of the things I did was after I pulled this man right here and I realized, oh, I don't have a set for him, and I had to, like, cannibalize half of my characters in order to give him an effective two-piece build, was I wanted characters to have sets. So, like, I was inspired by a YouTuber named Kato Delling on YouTube, who has a series called Perfecting My Account, where every month she goes and she focuses on one character, farms artifacts for those characters just for that entire month, and focus. And then I was just like, you know what? I could do that. So, but I don't do a full 4 weeks because, like, there are some things that come up and whatever, like, a month is a little bit long for me to be farming only artifacts because, yeah, like, so basically what I decided after I realized, like, I need him to be, like, focused on and have an artifact set, right? I then focused on, like, farming Crimson Witch for a banner run. Every banner run, up until I had enough sets that I wanted, all these sets that I wanted, and every 3 weeks, I would focus on those sets. Farming just those sets, barring, like, if, like, there were resin events, like, you know, overflowing talent and, level domains, right? Like, of course, then I would do that, right? And if I needed to farm different things, I would farm them, right? But for the most part, like, and of course, focusing on their talents and stuff and boss drops. But for the most part, just every 3 weeks, I farmed on something to focus on 1 to 2 characters. Luke was one, and I got a solid build on him. Dia was another one, then I got a solid build on him. Candace was another one, I got a solid build on her. You know, Yai Miko, again, I have a really solid build. This was 90% strong boxed. Because it's 2-piece attack, and 2-piece Thundering Fury. Thundering Fury, I only strongbox. I got this flower, and which it could be better. Like, there is room for improvement on these builds, but they're still fully functional. I've hit 65k on Aggravate with Yai Miko. That is really damn good damage, right? Like, especially when you understand what your other characters can be doing in your team comps to buff your main DPS. Even a character that isn't like super like cracked out built like my Diluc, I would love more crit damage on him. I would love more attack on him. Like, because, you know, some of his sands, some of his artifacts went more into defense or HP or ER, right? When they could have gone into better, but I still, with the right supports, running the right artifact sets, doing the right things, I still can get up to 130k off of his burst when I want to. When I really, really want to with the right buffs, right? Like, and that's acceptable damage. I typically will hit 90 to 100k. That's really good off of his burst, right? Yaimiko, again, 65k, 65k hits is 190k, right? Like, that's really damn good damage. You know, like, you don't have to lose your mind farming for one character. Farming for one character, you know, just for that extra little bit of damage that, like, min-maxing the account. It's just not worth it if you have a bunch of other characters that are wasting away on the sidelines, right? And yeah, so, like, these four are, like, Shenhe, Kuki, Rosaria, Dia, Yaimiko, all characters that I'm really happy with, right? Navia is a character I just pulled. I need to farm more for this weapon. I need to do the world quests. And like I said, I have two-piece builds that I want to give her. And let's go ahead and see, like, if I can... Where is... I only have an attack percent circlet. But, yeah. I'm going to give her a two-piece build at some point. I really hate the fact that they went with attack instead of... Damn, I really don't have very many good crit circlets. This is probably my best crit circlet. And it's on Xinyan right now. So, yeah, like, I need to get her a proper set, right? What if I just go... Crit rate, right? But I don't have another... Ah, man. I don't have very many pretty sets. Again, I play Fashion Impact. I kind of wanted to have a pretty set to give her. Doesn't look like... Oh, I need to level that piece. That piece could be really good. Doesn't look like that's going to happen right now. I would love to give her, like, another Golden Troop crit rate circlet. Or even, like... I actually really like how the... I really like how the Archaic Petra mask looks. Like, that's just so pretty. So yeah, Navi is someone I recently pulled. I have ideas for. I have builds for. I have teams and stuff. But yeah, other characters are priority, so I'll be getting to her. That's gonna be my goal for next year, is have all these characters that I'm like working on right now leveled and have like uses for, right? Ayato, same case. I have a weapon for him. I have sets for him. I have two-piece attack I can give him. I have two-piece Hydro I could give him. I did farm Nymph's Dream. That is my goal, is to get Nymph's Dream on him, because I did farm that domain, the Dia domain, for also Nymph's Dream, with the idea of getting a Nymph's Dream set for him. I don't know if I accomplished it, because last time I looked at my Nymph's Dream artifacts, they were kind of copium. But, yeah. Farina, I pulled Farina. She's on Golden Troop. I have an idea for her. I definitely want to get her leveled and start using soon. She's got Fav. She's level 3. And I will start working on. Like, all these characters, basically, like, Charlotte, can be all described the same way. Like, I have ideas for them. I have ideas for them. I have them ready to go for the most part. Like, and I will use them. I just need to get them leveled. I'm gonna go ahead and, like, let's go ahead and give him a tenacity set right now, because why not? Yeah, I have so many like tenacity gives me so many fucking cracked um why? Why do I have so many cracked tenacity pieces? What the fuck? I'm focusing on like crit rate because I'm gonna, for a shield bot build, he's gonna have Fav, right? Oh my god. Why? Why? I have so many double crit. Why? I could probably go like off-piece HP if I don't. But like, whatever. Alright, so yeah. I have him on Crescent Pike right now because I actually pulled Zhongli for the intent of running him physical, right? I want to give him like a two-piece build and run him physical, or like a full 4-piece gladiators, because have you seen his normal attack chain? It's just super fucking fun. So like, yeah, once I get him leveled, he's gonna be my physical DPS. Yeah, and like, again, part of the reason why I want a C6 a C6 Bennett is because he's apparently a very effective elemental DPS with infusions, right? And then there's Kave. Kave is someone I'm very proud of because I lucked out and I got a triple EM Deepwood memory set for him. The thing is it doesn't really matter if you use Deepwood or Gilded on him, as long as he has as much EM as you can give him, and then someone else is also can be on Gilded, right? Like, he can run Gilded, but I had I still don't have a triple EM Gilded set yet. The nice thing is like I can run like 2-piece EM or 4-piece Gilded on someone else that would also be doing. You want both him and whoever the Hydro teammate is that's going to be proccing blooms with him to both be as maxed out on HP as possible, because of the fact that they, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Because of the fact that, like, it depends when he pops the blooms, the amount of damage is done by the blooms is dependent on who procced it. If he procs it full EM, it does a lot more damage than if the Hydro unit who's not on EM procs it. So you want your character that is proccing blooms, the Hydro unit that you're using with him, to also be on EM, on a full EM build, or have as much EM as possible in order for that, right? But yeah, I'm very happy with him because he has a good amount of EM. I do run him with Sacrificial Greatsword because he can run that or Fav. Fav is a little bit more recommended, but I use him on Sacrificial Greatsword because, number one, I think it fits a little bit of his aesthetic more, and also, two, I fuck up using his skill too much when I use him. So having the skill reset when it occurs is very nice. Chong Yun, again, I pulled because I pulled him because I love infusion mechanics. He is someone that, again, I have C5. I tried to get him C6, and instead I got C4 Toma, which is fine because C4 Toma is his best constellation. I have him on a tentative two-piece build, cryo, burst damage, and yeah, I can't wait to start using this character. I need to get his, I think I have his, no, his talents are not leveled. Okay, never mind. But he's at least level 80. He's level 80. I'm going to get his talents up. And yeah, like, again, basically, like, all these characters are, like, I have them ready. I have ideas for them. I might have a con or two on them. But, like, yeah, just, they just, yeah, I don't have enough artifacts for everyone. Even when I'm farming. So, Kokomi, though, is someone that I'm really proud of. Again, because, yeah, like 30k HP, she's only level 80. I planned to 90 her because she's an HP scaler. I have her on Thrilling Tales and Tenacity because it is really fucking satisfying using her as a healer, as a secondary healer in like a hyper carry team. She is part of the reason on Tenacity and Thrilling Tales why my Diluc can hit over 100k with his burst nuke. It's very satisfying. And I love her on Tenacity. I was really going back and forth between if I wanted Tenacity or Clam on her, and then yeah, she enabled my Diluc to hit over 100k, and I was just like, yep, I'm keeping her on this. Alhaitham is a work in progress, but it's funny because even with a work in progress, he actually has a decent ratio, right? Like 53 over 125, like, why isn't this going down? Like, and 68% Dendro damage, like, does he ascend with Dendro damage? He does. Okay, so he ascends with Dendro damage. But yeah, and thing is the nice thing is too, I can get away with a slightly lower crit rate. I want to aim for 60 crit rate, so like I'm almost there because this weapon buffs your crit rate, and like if you refine it, it buffs it even more. Like if you get it to R5, which would be one of my goals, like it goes up to like 8% or something. Hey, welcome in, welcome in. You're halfway there. We're almost done evaluating all my characters that I have right now. And yeah, I have him on 4-piece gilded. Finally, like it took me forever to get him on a full 4-piece gilded. But like again, work in progress. Only a level 13 flower. Only a level 1-0 flower feather for anniversary. Thank you. I need that. So yeah, like he's a work in progress, but still like in a really good state. It's kind of funny. Yeah, having a crit rate weapon will do that for you. So yeah, Eula is someone I have a weapon for. I farmed 4-piece Pale Flame for. Let's go ahead and give her Pale Flame. All my crit circlets are copium. Oh, we'll go this because yeah, but God, Pale Flame was not good to me. X-Hands. Yeah, Pale Flame will probably be one of those ones that I refarm because, ow, I'm gonna go with this feather because while this is only a 3-line, it has the potential to give a better substat. It has ER, whereas this doesn't, and it has a chance that it might roll like at attack percent or something like that, you know? And I have no double crit flowers. Holy shit. Who has the highest ER percentage? I'm tempted to go this one because this one also has attack percent, but we'll see. We'll see how these roll. Yeah, and then wow, do I really not have anything with this hurts. This hurts. I have nothing with double crit on physical. Why? Oh, dear God. Okay, I'll just go with whatever looks. Okay, but like, yeah, So yeah, not great. Eula's not. I feel like my build for Eula is gonna be very copium. But yeah, Eula again. Okay, I will forever love Eula, because she was where I finally pulled Diluc. That banner, the Eula banner, was unironically my best wishing session ever because like I pulled Diluc at 25 pity, a character I waited a year and a half for. Finally pulled him. And then less than a week later at 17 pity, I pulled Eula. So, you know, Eula loves me. Eula knew what I wanted, and she gave it to me. I need to get her talents up a little bit higher. And yeah, I need to get her set leveled. But I cannot wait to start using her. Because, again, any game that allows me to use a character with a big-ass sword and just smack things, I love. Eula allows me to do that. So, I love her, right? Then Wriothesley, as you can see, I love characters that punch. Again, like, kind of like, goes back to the whole, like, I just like characters that smack people. And he's on a copium-ass build, because, first of all, this is the weapon he has. Again, Fashion Impact players rejoice that we finally had a player that could, character that could make use of this. It gives a lot of fucking attack percent. So, like, you know, I'm actually really... the thing that I have against it, I would have to double check if, like, if, like, Flowing Purity has higher base attack and, like, what would get me a higher attack percentage. But, like, right now he's running this because it looks good on him. And the passive is fun, even if useless. I won't refine this weapon. He has a full 4-piece, but as you might have noticed, the Goblet is not the off-piece. This rolled so sad. It's the Goblet, right? So he's running an EM Sands because let's take a look at Marechaussee Hunter. This is the only Sands I have in the Marechaussee Hunter set. I don't have a Nouvelette, so I can't make use of this set. So I had to, like, make do with having, you know, what I had. Again, the one flaw of my whole, like, I dedicate 3 weeks to one domain and then I move on is sometimes you have to learn to cope. Yeah. Oh, this is actually a really good crit rate. Circlet. I'm going to try leveling this at some point. Yeah, so, you know, I coped. He's on a copium build. He still does okay damage. I need to get his talents up. He's 666 right now. Yeah. So I'm happy with him, but he's definitely one of those characters that I need to improve. Yeah. Raiden, 48 over 118. That crit rate goes up to like 60 with the catch buff. 226 ER. I need to get... she is level 90 with a level 90 catch. So, like, that's actually really good. I just need to improve her build, right? Like, her build could be better, but I'm still happy with her. Like, in a hyper carry team, she hits for, like, 140 to 150k. You know, like... and that's with characters that still have, like, level 8 talents, level 80 weapons. Like, that could get higher, right? Yeah. So, like, Kirara is another character that I love. She's adorable. I don't, like, she can use any weapon. She's a shielder, right? Like, and she's on 4-piece Deepwood Memories, full HP, right? Like, I love her. She's cute. I love her. There's not much more to say outside of, yeah, she has a lot of fucking HP. And she's one of my best shielders alongside Layla, which is, again, the reason why I want to build, physical Zhongli, because I already have shielders that are really good if I need a shielder, right? So, like, yeah, I want to do more unique things with physical Zhongli would just be more unique things to try, and I want to try. Xing Shou is functional. He has a lot of ER, and that's all he really has going for him. 45 over 1k. I do have a crit rate circlet on him. And again, like... You know, it's copium. It's copium, right? Like, yeah. But he does what he needs to do. He's definitely another one of those characters that I need to. One of the things I need to do is I need to get like a I need to get like a crit rate from emblem leveled, right? Like just for him, because wow, these are all only crit. Did I throw away anything that wasn't crit? Because the fact that like yeah, like I do run him with Fav too sometimes, so like having that extra crit rate is nice. And yeah, I just need him to function, but I would like to redo my build on him and get him to like a good. I would love to have a Crackshing show at some point, right? But the most important thing is I need to get him on an emblem circlet so I can give him like a hydro damage goblet, right? Like to actually better make use of this passive, right? And yeah. You know, like yeah. And then I have oh, he is C6 by the way though. So that's nice. I have 2 C6 Xingqius in the form of Yelan as well. I do prefer Yelan though, because there are 2 specific reasons. Yep, and then Yao Yao. And then again, the reason why like I'm making an effort right now to level all the characters on my account is because I underestimated just how good Yao would be for my account. Holy shit, just leveling Yao up to 80 unlocked so many team comps. Like, I love running Yai Aggravate with her, Diluc Burgeon with her, Burn Melt with Wriothesley, and there's Bloom with Kave. She makes for a great second Dendro spot in Hyper Bloom. She enabled me to clear floor 12 Last Abyss when I kept dying during that rotation because Kuki wasn't enough healing. So I swapped DMC out for Yao. Suddenly, I was able to clear it on my Hyper Bloom team. And, you know, yeah. And then we are finally here. Yao unironically has carried me at some points. Like, just keeping me alive carries me. And then finally, we make it to the man himself, Diluc. I have him on Mailed Flower, but let's give him his proper weapon. Actual weapon. This, oh, I've told this story before. This weapon pissed me off when I first pulled it. Because I lost my 50-50, right? To Tignari for the second time. And then I got Chi-Chi off the standard banner. And then less than 2 weeks later, I get this weapon. This weapon at that time felt like the biggest slap in the face from this game because it's like it's like as if the game knew. You want Diluc, right? Why don't you have Diluc? Here's his weapon. For the Diluc you don't have. Now he's C2. And it's really funny because I love running Dia and Diluc together. And Dia allows for his C2 to his C2, like when he takes damage, it buffs his attack and his attack speed, right? So having a non-shielder defensive support like Dia, unironically, allows him to proc his C2 better. That's me right now. I have his weapon. I am felt pain, nothing but pain. And again, like I got so lucky. I just farmed Crimson and strongbox Crimson, and then I got this build. I would like more crit damage. I would prefer if the crit damage and energy recharge numbers were swapped. But still, like he's just I cleared floor 12 with him last. Yeah, go fuck yourself. I cleared floor 12 with I have a C2 Diluc. I at least have a C0 Dia. Do you have Diluc? I can run Diluc and Dia together, can you? But yeah, you know, so like, yeah, that's all of my characters. we could go over weapons if we really wanted to, but, like, it's kind of uninteresting because, like... Oh, okay, so there is actually a funny story. I got the Primordial Jadewing Spear, and then I got another one, like, less than 10 pulls later. Like, you know... yeah, like... Yeah. Excuse me. Excuse me. Give. Yeah. I know, right? Because don't you have a Shao? Yeah. No. I felt terrible because the amount of people I know after I pulled that weapon that have a Shao but don't have his weapon. Like, yeah. No. I feel your pain. Like, that was me with D-Luke. That was me watching people, like, get fucking C4, C5, C6 D-Lukes, and then they were like, I don't like them. I barely use them. And it's just like, and then they would showcase their, quote, mid-build D-Luke, like, doing fucking 400k melts off his burst. Yeah. So, that's something I want to do. That's going to be the other things I want to do. As you might see, some of my favorite characters. D-Luke, 999. Yaimiko, 999. Dia, 999. 81111. I have the materials to triple crown all 4 of these characters. I have the crowns. I have been waiting. Of course, the problem with trying to level all these characters and sporadically level their talents is, you know, like, you kind of like are like, well, when do I level? When do I crown these characters? So, like, I've been waiting for the right moment, and what better time than today, my 2-year anniversary. I am waiting for Rita Tiri, if they can stop by, because I would love to triple crown with Rita here. So yeah. But yeah, that's my account. That's the characters on my account. It's funny that I paid for the black sword and then, like, they power crept it with the what do you call it? The Wolf Fang. Like, the Wolf Fang just became just about every character that uses this sword, pretty much now their best in slot is instead the Wolf Fang. So, like, the only thing is I'm saving this for a Kaching, because while the Wolf Fang is still better, Kaching makes use of normal and charge attacks. And so, like, yeah, like, I want to get a Kaching at some point. Yeah. Well, because, yeah, like, I will say I much prefer having, because, like, it's not like if you were an older player who has, like, an R5 black sword, at least, like, that sword is still really good, right? For most characters, and, like, a Wolf Fang is just better. Whereas, like, I don't fucking know who would use the talking stick, and then the Solar Pearl, for example, is like typically top 2 or top 3 weapons for most Catalyst DPSs, right? Or damage dealers, right? Whereas the passive on the new Catalyst is so niche. If we can look at it, I want to... Yeah, this passive is, like, so niche that while it gives more crit rate, it's like, the passive is right? And then this weapon is okay, like, but it doesn't give as much of a benefit over Veer doesn't hunt, from what I understand. And then, like, the talking stick is both ugly and gives low crit rate, and its passive is weird. Like, its passive is... Whereas just like this is straight up like a universal passive that can be enabled by anyone in any team comp. And as long as you're using a shielder or you know how to dodge, you can make effective use of this weapon. And it's just miles better than this weapon. Like, I prefer having two very good, a better option than the black. Yeah, I don't know what the, yeah. And then, like, this weapon is unique, but again, conditional. Like, Yeah. So yeah, that's my account. I think I still have I think I still have commissions and stuff to do. So we're gonna stall a bit because I'm hoping that some people can stop by. That I would love to have. Oh wow, okay, yeah, it's gonna be a while. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna showcase this team. And again, this team is prime example of why I want proper loadouts. Because like, okay, like Kirara's fine, but like I like to run him on this team comp. I like to run him on instructors. I like to run because okay, here's the theory crafting behind it. And then if I go ER, right? There's just so much flipping around that I don't like doing, right? And then Yao Yao, because, like, okay, I run her with, let's give her the level 80 fav. I run her on Tenacity in this team because the way I consider it is like on a 4-piece build, right? On a 4-piece Tenacity, or Yao Yao on 4-piece Tenacity, Xingqiu on 4-piece Instructors, buffing EM, and then Kirara buffing the Dendro Shred, right? And then D-Luke on, you know, Crimson Witch. Basically, like, there's, like, so many buffs going on. D-Luke's weapon, of course, buffing attack. Of course, whether he's on Elemental Mastery or whatever, like, on whichever weapon, like, there's... Every teammate buffs the other teammate, right? So, this probably won't be the best showcase, but I'll showcase this team again against this boss. And, yeah. Actually, yeah, we'll do that. And then I can always come back and farm something else. But, yeah. So, let's go ahead. I'll take this time doing my dailies to, like, showcase why I like this team, right? Okay, so... Let's go ahead and we'll just show it off right here. So, there we go. We've procced Deepwood, and we've procced... Okay, so they kind of died before everything hit. I wasn't able to get the... But, like, typically, like, I can get, like, 30 to 40k off of his burst. And then, like, with, like, around 20k, Burgeons. So, like, that's, like, I think it's, like, 2 to 3 cores. So, like, that's 70k damage right there. That can be dealt, and then, like, yeah, like, this is a very fun team. I know I'm not doing anything here, but... See, that was... I didn't catch what the Burgeon was, but... You get the point, right? I don't know why I have such a problem swapping to D-Luke. I like that this team also allows me to make... This is one of the few instances where you can, like, actually make use of Diluc's passive. His charge attack passive. Alright, watch. Instructors, procced. And tenacity procced. 19k! I didn't see what the burst damage did, but, you know, like, yeah. That was like 2 to 3 19ks. Like, did you see how it just fucking nuked the boss, you know? Like, yeah. Of course, I could get higher if, like, I put Diluc on a triple EM build, but, like, I like seeing his personal damage when he's vaping and stuff do well, you know? 19k virgins. You know, again, like, see how quickly we clear. Like, Diluc power crept my ass. I don't care if he's power crept. He can clear shit very comfortably. He's very fun to play. And we won! We actually one-phased it this time! Let's go! And we got 3! Let's go! Ugh. Alright. Let's go ahead and work on our commissions. Where are they? Ugh. Not this one. But yeah, Diluc in this team, Burgeon Diluc is very fun. I was not expecting to like Burgeon Diluc as much as I did. But yeah, like, it's yeah. If I give him the EM sword, the EM Claymore, the Mailflower, like, those Burgeons proc then for like 22 to 25k, depending on what buffs are going on. Dear God, I don't care. Alright, I'm gonna get this done, and I'm gonna go get a coffee real quick. More coffee, because, yeah. It's been 2 hours. I can't believe we've been live for 2 hours. It took me 2 hours to fucking explain my entire account! And it makes me, like, God, it makes me so jealous because, like, even 2 years in, I feel like I need to play catch up on shit. And, like, because I know players that, like, you know, yeah, they just have so much, you know, like, they've done so much. Granted, of course, I'm comparing myself as, like, a small spender dolphin to, like, whales, right? Like, so, like, that is part of it, but, like, I just want to have, like, builds on every single character, you know? And I want to have every character usable, functional at some point. And so, like, that's my goal for the year, for this next year. My 3-year anniversary, I want to do a stream, like, going over where, like, all my characters, how they've improved, and, like, where, like, and, like, have all of them at least level 80, and then the ones I use a lot, level 90, right? Okay. Who cares? Alright, let's go. Let's get my dailies done. And then, like I said, I'm going to grab a coffee. And then, I don't know, what else would you guys like to see? Like, I was thinking about showcasing, but like I don't want to be going for too long either. But like I was thinking the next thing I was gonna show off was like some of my favorite teams. Like I have 3 to 4 of my favorite teams that I want to show off right now that I really like. Oh, sweet. I actually pulled it off. Let's go. $41K vapes. There we go. So 41K, so 40K vape with like, let's say like 20K, and so that's an 80K burst. And of course, that on top of that, that if I can, like my skills hit for about 15 to 20K per hit, right? And then 20K burgeons on the skill hits. That's again like 60, 55 to 60K skill hits. So like, not an inconsiderate amount of damage. And it allows me to use like Kirara with like cute cat girl with pretty man. And of course, Yao Yao is just the best Dendrotic applicator that I have, all fields. That's not Traveler, but like I don't like using Traveler off field for Burgeon because his burst is kind of wonky. I could level Kale because I think she has a similar burst to DMC, but Yao Yao is just so good because she consolidates Dendro application with healing. It's just very nice, Ah, I fucked that up. One-shot him! See? Just casually one-shotting things with this team. It's a very good team. I love it a lot. Oh, duh. I'm right here. I was like, why did I come here? I got a ping on my phone, and I was like, what am I doing? And then I realized, duh, I'm collecting my commission rewards. I don't like interrupting Catherine that much, actually. So I try not to do it. Alright. Alright, that puts me at 10 wishes. Oh, and I'm like 1 away from 2 wishes, or from 11 wishes saved up for the next banner. Okay, like I said, alright, I'm thinking I'm gonna go ahead and Yeah. I'm gonna go get coffee real quick. I'm gonna refresh in coffee, and then I'll showcase some of my favorite teams, and then we'll end the stream with triple crowning all of my favorite characters. Okay? Sound good? I'll be right back. Is this it? The Geek Source Entertainment Broadcast will be right back after these messages.
Revengeance is not a word in the dictionary, but it will be your favorite game. In the spin-off from the famed Metal Gear Solid franchise, wield the sword of Raiden in a high-stakes hack-and-slash action-adventure. Set to the tune of the best damn soundtrack your ears will ever hear. Save the world from a myriad of enemies, bosses, and
memes, the DNA of the soul. Making the mother of all omelets here, Jack. Can't fret over every egg.
Oh, I see. You deny your weapon its purpose.
Nanomachine, son.
Time for this out to let her rip.
grab your sword and unleash the Ripper in Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. Available on Steam.
Want to support the Geek Source broadcast in style? Think about merch. Yes, that's right, we have merch available via !merch in the chat or via the merch panel down below. You can get yourself a nice hat, a nice shirt, or mugs and accessories, all of it, to rep and support the channel in style. If you choose to support the channel in this way, I tip my hat. Thank you. In the faraway land of Tevat, a pair of interplanetary travelers are separated for hundreds of years by an unknown god. Left behind, traverse the land in search of your lost sibling, encountering friends, foes, and literal gods.
This is order.
Not all is what it seems. Wield the powers of the 7 elements with your favorite characters to take down any challenge set before you in fun and unique ways. Winner of the Game Awards 2022 Player's Voice Award, the adventure is only just beginning in Genshin Impact. Available on PC, PlayStation 4 and 5, iOS, and Android. Thank you. The Geek Source broadcast could not survive without you. Whether you are just a follower or a subscriber on YouTube or any level of support. Any level of support allows me to do what I do. And I am so grateful I can share it with you. So, thank you again. Thank you for being here. We'll be right back, he says, like a goddamn liar. Okay, we're back. We're actually back. Gonna put my headphones in. Alright, so I already showcased one of my favorite teams. So, yeah. Let me go ahead and show off my... Oh, perfect. Okay, so if I quick setup and I do this... Where's Candace? The thing I like about this team is... Number one, first of all, aesthetically, it's just a bunch of hot people all running together, right? But the nice thing, too, is you have Dia and Kogami providing healing and defensive utility in the same spot. Candace is an all-field Hydro applicator. She infuses Diluc with Hydro, so he can proc Vaporize off his skill. And the nice thing is, it's not very ER dependent. The only character who's ER that you really care about is Diluc, for, you know, DPS purposes. But, like, even then, you don't necessarily want to use it because her infusion overrides his, right? So at some points, like, depending on your situation, it might be better to not use his burst until after the infusion ends. And then, like, if you time it right, you can go back and forth between vaping with Candace versus vaping with Kokomi. And then if Dia gets ER up, then she can also vape off of Kokomi. It's a very fun team. Very, very fun team. So... I wonder who's a boss that I could fight to showcase. You know, this guy works. As long as he's not pyro resistant or hydro resistant. I don't think he can he get hydro resistant? I don't know. Oh, let's actually swap to Dia so her... Ah, of course, it's pyro resistant. Ah, fuck you. Oh, well. It'll make for a decent showcase of the team anyways. We don't really care too much about damage numbers. We wouldn't be running all these characters together if we cared about damage. Shit. Ah, and see, that's the other satisfying thing, is... Come on, crit! Vape! No, you walked away from the... Are you fucking me? Okay, I'm kind of messing up this showcase a bit. Ow! Ow! See? And we were doing fairly effective damage against that thing, even when it was pyro resistant. So, like, you know, I kind of wish it wasn't, because I feel like we kind of got gimped on our... we kind of got gimped on our Dia damage, but it's still like you get the picture, right? Now, another one of my team comps that I've been really liking. So I showed off D-Luke Burgeon. I showed off D-Luke, this kind of wonky vape team. But another one of my favorite D-Luke teams is this team. Hypercarry D-Luke. And I'm going to show you against another a very particular boss about why I really like it. Where is it? The nice thing about this, too, is unlike with a Mona variant hypercarry team, it's not super reliant on every character needing ER on them, right? Like, if you're... The variant with Kazuha and Mona is you need the burst. You want to use Kazuha's burst. You want to use Mona's burst. Nice thing is Sucrose and Kokomi both only need their skills, you know? So it's kind of nice in that regard. Ow. Whoop. Alright, now watch. A non-crit 45k, 106 crit. 100. Oh, that was just 12k, but still, like we almost one-shot this thing. We one-phased it with D-Luke. You know, this is the reason why I want Xiang Yun, cause D-Luke doing 2 to 3k straight 100ks. If that 45k had crit, that would have been like 90k right there. Right? Like, that's a lot of damage! It makes me feel good. But we can also showcase it off against, it'll take some expert playing, but we can also showcase it off against the, we can showcase non-plunge D-Luke, hypercarry, against this thingy. Oh shit. No! I am such a better player than this typically, I swear. But see how, like, yeah, we're maybe this is free to play damage, but we're still doing a lot. Having the little food item thing on makes for yeah, it makes this easier to survive, because Lord, especially right here, do I need it some days. All right, good. Oh, thank God we didn't die. Oh, I was so worried. Crit. 98k right there. Like, I have seen that go above 100k. 50k skill hits, 40k skill hit, and then we one phase it, right? Like, I just fucking love this team comp so much. I do think if I put or if I had Mona, I would probably be doing even more damage. Because Mona, I could probably like put on like instructors and something, and then yeah. But like yeah, I fucking love this team comp so much. Yeah. This of course is just the mommy team, right? Like there's no oh, let's showcase. Yes, this is another one of my favorite teams. Like I said, I really like hybrid Rosaria. Oh wait, no. I want to actually swap her to Kuki. And Kuki can go Bav and Tenacity. Again, we need loadouts! Alright. Alright, two-piece Blizzard Strayer. Alright, so this is probably like one of, again, probably my favorite Rosaria comp. Just because, like, okay, where's an opponent I could fight? Who doesn't have, like, metric fuck ton of resistances. Let's just go Sumeru. I wish I knew where Masanori was. I knew I had him marked, and then I accidentally deleted the mark, and then now I don't remember where he is. So, yeah. But let's just use it against some cronies, right? And then I might go against the mechanical array, right? So 13k, 19k, 14k, 14k, 12k, 10k. You know, like, she does a lot of little big 24k physical hit. And I didn't see what the damage number there was because they died too soon. But you can see, like, 24k, like, 24k is capable. I've gotten 24k off of, both charge attack attacks and her burst, right? Like, this is just one of my favorite teams. Like, put all the pieces together. $10K. And this is with level 8 talents, by the way. 14K. 10K. You know, like, yeah. Like, she does a lot of damage. Like, there's a lot of little damage going on. Little hits of damage going on. Is this ready yet? Alright. And let's see it. The mechanical array is probably the closest thing we have to like a full-on, like, what's the word? Test dummy. And even then, like, it sucks because it has that part where it splits into phases and you're, like, trying to control the group. And the only problem with this is it's a boss, so, like, it's not as effective. You see, we're not critting as much because we're not freezing them, so we're not getting the Blizzard Strider passive. So I wonder if there would have been I wonder if there's a... We're still critting fairly often, though. Ah, shit, I should have saved that for this. Now that we can freeze. See, 13k. Alright. There we go. $14K. Not okay. Yeah, this isn't the best example, but like, you know, I've done better examples of this team. It's better when you against freezable enemies. So like, let's. $19K charge attack right there. I'm definitely going to start running this team again. Alright. And there's some right here. Alright, perfect. I'm not getting as high of damage against with the ult as I am used to seeing. But I think you get the I mean it's like you get the picture, right? Like it's a nice split build that gets like high hits off of everything, right? It makes good use of everything in Rosario's kit and gives me an excuse to use a physical damage weapon. Use a weapon that I screwed up in R5'd when I shouldn't have. So, you know, I need a justification to have this weapon level 90 and nope. That can still be. Oh my god, go to the teleport point, thank you. That's funny. See? It kills Hilichurls fast. That's all that matters, right? Trying to think I'm just trying to showcase like I wish there was like an area where like I had a lot like a big mob of like multiple people of open space, you know? All right.
律令に従え歌よに眠るのよ
There we go. 13K, 12K, 12K. You know, like. It's just a lot of little hits. You know, like. $15K, 13K, 21K. You know, like, it's a lot of instances of little damage over time that just, yeah, make this feel like a very satisfying team to use. I personally love it. Okay, now, another one of my favorite teams, like I mentioned, was, if we're going Rosaria Melt, let's go Rosaria, and Bennett. This is another one of my favorite team comps. Bennett. Where is Kaya and Dia? Okay. Now, switch out her weapon for this. And give her some EM. So give him 4-piece instructors. Give him Fav. Alright. So we got this ready to go. Alright, and now let's go try this out. Also, I just like how this aesthetic looks. Of like, with the weapon, with the little buff indicator. It's just very cool. $18K? I am failing at making sure my Serpent Spine stacks stay up. Oh, actually, I'm not. What the hell? Come on, give me 5. There we go. I should have had Bennett on the bottom. I don't know why I had him second. Why did it do that? This is the most annoying part of this boss, is that you just can't... Oh, see, but that's satisfying. 13K skill hit. Alright. It's proc instructor. It's in crit, because of course it didn't. 43K, 16K, 15, 40K, 15K, 32K, 20K, 12K, 14, yeah, 12k, 10k, and 25. You know, like, it's just, yeah. It's a very fun melt comp that makes use of two of my favorite characters. I fucking love this comp so much. And see what I mean? See how I've not lost stacks yet? Granted, I've also been playing kind of well, but... Nice! And Kaya for the win! Alright. Oh, I had notes on... I love Kaya. He's just so cool. But yeah, like, again, so, you know, Dia provides interruption resistance, deals damage. He procs instructors, Benny buffs attack and heals, and then Rosaria is the main on-field damage dealer. But they synergize with each other very well. And I fucking love Dia and Melt. Nice thing is Rosaria also buffs crit rate, which is the reason why I didn't have much trouble critting there, even with Dia's 60% crit rate. So yeah. And then one of my last favorite comps that I love running is Yai Miko Aggravate. So we'll go ahead and we'll go Sucrose. Raiden, save settings. I recently, this team allowed me to hit 65k with my Yai Miko against the mechanical array. Oh shit, I forgot to deploy it. Yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll try this boss, because this boss actually, if you trigger spread on it, it's really easy to beat. I love testing Electro Dendro teams with this boss. It's very fun. Alright, perfect. Of course it didn't crit and 50k, but again, yeah, see how easy this team is? This team is the first team that I can legitimately say I run into the problem of killing things too fast. That's how good Aggravate is. Like, there was a time when instead of Yao, I was running this double Dendro with Yao in place of Sucrose, and I'll hate them as the main damage dealer. So I was running this, right? Where is Alhaitham? I was running, you know, this, right? I was running into the problem of just with this core. The core of Yai and Raiden with Yao aggravating, that certain gangs would die before I even had time to swap in Alhaitham and do anything with him. Like, that's how good Aggravate is. I fucking love this reaction so much. Double Electro teams are just some of my favorite teams because it's one of the few teams where you don't have to fucking worry about energy. Because, like, yeah, the Electro Resonance means you get extra energy for every elemental reaction, Electro reaction triggered every 5 seconds. So, yeah. And let's try it. Why not? Why not? We'll try to do it. We'll try it here. I'll try to see, because I have trouble with this getting the full max, like 65k. But we'll see. We'll see if I can get it this time. Oh wait, shit! I forgot. I actually. You know what? Okay, fine. I'll see what my Alhaitham is capable of. He's capable of hitting fairly good, I'd say. I love how we're almost gonna, like, I haven't even used any skills or bursts yet, and we've, like, we're running into the problem of almost, like, see how good Aggravate is? See? Yeah, it's such a good reaction. Like, yeah. Oh, God, I fucking love Aggravate. I know there's a lot of people who really love Hyper Bloom because of how, like, but when you can get a team built for Aggravate, my God. I kind of forgot, though, when I was going in. I forgot that I swapped the team around to, like... Okay, crap, what are... Is that it? I think that might be it for the teams I want to showcase. I'm trying to think. Oh, we can try Raiden Hyper Carry. Why not? I'll show off Raiden Hyper Carry too. Because, yeah, that team be good. I just love the fact that, like, we finally have a team comp that's available on the banner, you know? So, like, let's actually test how good this banner comp works, right? Raiden. Actually, no, keep that. I think I want to flip. There we go. How the fuck do I have... Okay, you know what? If I can get passively from the Abyss a full Songs of Day Pass, I'll use it on her. I've got to have an HP goblet somewhere, right? Alright. Let's go. Let's see if it'll let me. Oh, wait, hold on. I need to get... Alright, perfect. $83K! That wasn't even without full buffs. I wasn't even... Wow. Come on. Come on! Come on! I don't want to use my burst because I want them for the actual boss. Come on! Alright, perfect. Let's go. Ah! Okay, so that was a non-crit. That would have been 120k if that... Because, yeah, non-crits are about half of what they... But, damn it. But still, we, So, yeah, take my word for it. I've hit for up to 145k with this team. It's very nice. And that's with a level 70 Sara and Chevy. Like, it is cracked. We might have... We'll see how I can do against the beast thingy here. That was close! Alright, thank God it's not pyro or electro resistant. Fuck you. Damn it! I kind of got fucked up by the... $88K! I just really like this team. It's a very, very comfortable hyper carry team. And given the fact that it also has 2 healers, like... $106K! Told you that boss, the mechanical array would have been 120. Easy. Maybe even 140. 130 to 140. Easy. Definitely. So yeah. Definitely room for improvement, but I mean... Come on. Come on. You can't say that my account doesn't have some heavy hitters. I think... Oh, I forgot. This boss is a fun boss to fight. We'll try... We'll try this boss. We'll go one more round, because why not? Okay, that does nothing. I thought maybe I could... Doo-doo-doo. Didn't exactly have energy up for anyone. Whoops. $105K! Let's go! I suck. There we go. I might have been fucking up the rotation a bit. 40K non-crit, come on! $94K! Alright! Yeah, I like this team a lot. It's definitely probably my favorite Raiden, like, non-Yaimiko team. You know, because I really like the Yaimiko Raiden pairing a lot. Because they're wives, Your Honor. But this is definitely, if I'm not going to use a team, like, if I want Raiden to be the central focus and not use Yaimiko, this is definitely the team. Like, it just, it functions so well. I rarely run into problems with energy. It's the DPS is very, very high. Yeah, it's a very fucking fun team. Yeah, I like the fact that they're giving incentives to run characters in different comps, and yeah, like Chevy is just such a fun character to have. And again, this is with a level 70 Sarah and Chevy. So, like, their buffs will get better as, like, time goes on, right? Like, the higher Chevy's HP gets, the higher, her base attack gets, the higher their buffs will be to Ryan. Happy to see. Hey! Alright, finally! You're here! Good to see you! Thank you! I've been waiting for you. Because now, like, I've been showcasing all my team comps, right? Good to have you here. Yay, I'm so happy. Also, okay, good. It's fine. Finally. Yeah, I just got done showcasing all my favorite team comps. We reviewed my entire account, why I pulled who I pulled, But, been lurking here the whole time, but I'm back from archery. Yes! But we're gonna go ahead. Oops. Wait, no. I wanted to be... Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. Save settings. Alright. Deploy. Yeah. Like I said, I've been hoarding crowns. I've been waiting for the right moment when I'm gonna crown the characters that I have. I'm gonna put a little ping out in my server just in case anyone else wants to make a quick stop by. At here, crowning, giving. Oops, I can't spell. Giving my first crowns to my characters before stream ends. All right. So we're here after 2 years of Genshin Impact. So I was thinking about like how I wanted to do this, right? Because like there's just something special. Like Diluc was my first ever. He was the first character that I got a level 90 weapon to because I already had his Wolf's Gravestone. And that was already level 90. And then I level 90'd him day 2. And then Yaimiko was a character that I had like I level 90'd her. Like it's all I wanted to know, how can I spread the love out to everyone, right? Like how can I show, like, because I like that the fact that like Diluc will be the first character. It means I am maxing out their talents. Diluc was the first character that got to level 90, and I knew Yaimiko I want to be the first character that I wanted a triple crown, right? But then I'm like, how did I want to do Rosaria and Dia? Because like, what is their first, right? So Dia will be the first character that I crown. Level 10. Max level reached. Rosaria will be the second character, or will be the first character I double crown. I have spent the last month farming to make sure I had enough Mora for this moment. And Yaimiko will be the first character that I triple crown. Ah, that feels so good! Now we'll crown Dia's skill. We'll crown her normal attack. We'll crown Rosaria's normal attack. Max level reached. And now time for the man himself. The man I waited 1.5 years for. I still have 200k, more left. So, yep. Oh, that feels so good. Let's for shits and giggles run this comp. We don't talk about more. Oh god, yeah, it took me so long to farm. You get a yeah, probably. Unless, because it depends on the partner, right? Alright, so we're gonna take down the mechanical array one last time with my 4 triple crown characters, and then we're gonna call stream. But exactly. I get partners in Genshin. Where else would I need anyone? Oh dear. I should have waited until there was until Rosario was ready. Oh, ow! Fuck you! I don't have a healer on this team, so like we're kind of fucked. All right, perfect. And deal with the killing blow. Oh yeah! Oh, and hey, okay, one more. Why don't we run this one more time? One more. I meant to do that in the map. Yeah, so many colors. Exactly. Is this a synergistic functional team comp? No. Does it give me a lot of pretty colors? Yes. That's all that matters. All right. So I've been farming for Zhongli now that I had the Mora for it, right? Now once I got saved up for anything, so like I gotta hit this boss like a few more times. So we'll do that. We'll do one more run with my triple crown characters. Yeah. I always end up going the wrong way. Ow. Ow. Why am I doing this to myself? I keep... Rita is... They're a fellow streamer. Yeah. They're someone that, they're a fellow D-Luke main. Yeah. We've rated each other back and forth a few times. But yeah, this was one of the, like, I told Rita yesterday when they were streaming, I was like, hey, you know, if you want to stop by stream, what do you call it? Ow. Oh god, what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking for here? I'm doing, I was doing this. I was doing this. So, like, yeah. Where is it? Hey, thank you for joining the Discord. What is up with the music? Yeah, I don't think I'll be using Dia's burst this rotation. The thing's almost already dead and she's just halfway. Or maybe? Maybe? I'm not 100% totally bitchless. I hate this boss fight so much. It's so tricky. Fuck you. Ooh. Alright, fine. Ah, come on. You know what? This will be perfect. It'll allow me to use... Oh, fuck you! I hate this boss so much! You know, I could actually run Yaimiko as a healer if I wanted a healer build. If I needed a healer on this team. Come on! Oh dear. There we go! Last one! Yeah! Alright. 40 resin down. And we got 3! Let's go! And a shitty def percent. Okay. Cool beans. Alright, and now we will go back to my home. My little abode. Ever since I've pulled Yaimiko, since Yaimiko was my first love, my first main, I always come back to the Narukami Shrine at the end of the day. And I stand by the tree. And, that's what we call it. Also, do you know anyone? If this is any of you, let me, this person here on my friend's group. I got a friend request from this person. I don't know who this is. So I don't know if I should, like, accept it or not, because that's the first time I've ever had someone randomly friend request me. But yeah. Yes, always. There's my mains. All triple crowned. Makes me so happy. Alright. But that calls the stream. We did everything that I wanted to do. Do we have anyone we can raid? Thank you for being here. I'm glad I could share it all with you guys. Like, yes. Like, Sorry, anyway. Oh no, you're good. I had plenty to do. I had so much I wanted to show off because, like, yeah, of course, we discussed like why I pulled everyone, the stories behind everyone I pulled, and yeah, and then of course I had to showcase why I like those, all the different team comps I use, right? So yeah, yeah, I had fun. I don't know, Rita, do you know anyone who we could raid who might be live right now? I'm open to suggestions because I'm only seeing a few people live that I've rated them both fairly recently, so I'm open to new people. I do have a few friends. Perfect. But yeah. Ugh. I won't be able to. I'm gonna be heading out of town after. I went because honestly, I'm gonna be busy. I am mad that I had something come up. I mean, I'm not mad because actually it's great. I'm gonna be heading out with family, and I'm gonna be having a good dinner tonight. But I was hoping, maybe fingers crossed, if not today, sometime tonight, maybe tomorrow or sometime over the week, I wanted to watch my first ever stream playing Genshin Impact. How dare you have a life in I know, it's so bizarre. Why would I do that? It's okay. Let me see. I'm looking up those suggestions. Okay. Let's go with how long is... Oh, only 12 minutes. They're just starting. All right, perfect. Yeah, we'll raid Koodles. Because, yeah, what better way to... I'll give you $1 if you wear an anime shirt and sim hat when you go out with them. Do you value my... Do you know how much fun you had today? Do you want to have more fun on stream? Because that won't happen if... but yeah, they're just starting their stream. So let's go ahead and kick off their stream. Help them kick off their wow. Let's help them kick off their let's give them a good start to their stream. There. I can't English today. But there's the raid. All right, so here is the raid message for those of you not subscribed. If you are an elite member of the Geek Squad and subscribed, here is your subscription message. Otherwise, I don't know when I'll be live again because, again, I'm kind of like on hiatus. But definitely next month, soon. Within the next few weeks, I plan to get everything in order for a new raid, new stream. So, yeah. But, I am heading out now. You all have a wonderful rest of your time. Thank you all. For those of you who could stop by, I appreciate you all so much. Thank you for being here and making my 2-year anniversary playing Genshin Impact special. Making all that time sunk into an anime waifu gotcha game. Something memorable and special. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you for the memories and for making it unironically the real journey, the friends we made along the way. I appreciate you all so much. Until next time, have a great rest of your day.